Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special election night bull ring chat. Rosie's not going to be here tonight, but I rounded up a couple of deplorables here, and we're going to see if we can't make a chat happen. And actually, we should see the results of the election during this chat and be able to pass on to everybody, or they pass on to us who won one way or another. Freaking election. Hopefully, the deplorables and bucket of losers won, because Clinton called the half of the Trump supporters what was it, a basket of deplorables, and she called the Bernie Sanders group a bucket of, I think it was a bucket of losers or some shit like that. So she hates every fucking body. So anyway, all we can do is hope. We can hope for change. I went and voted today. You can see. Woo-hoo. And anyway, let's go run down the panel here. I got Blue 823. What you got, buddy?
Oh, not really a whole lot of anything. I'm hoping that we can announce a Trump victory here during the chat. I'm monitoring Fox News with their coverage here, so if anything huge comes up, I'll bring it up. But I think the last I saw was 134 to 103 Trump for the electoral votes. So it's going to be an interesting chat. Let's get her going.
Awesome. Thanks for keeping up with it. I appreciate it. Pop's Quest. How goes it, my friend?
Good. Thanks for having me on. Trump train all the way. Hopefully we can announce that. That's all I really care about, regardless of all the crap that goes with that. So my D60 giveaway officially ends at midnight tonight. If Trump wins, maybe I'll extend it another day. You never know. But I want to say thanks for everybody that got into that. We raised like over $500 friggin' dollars. I'm just, I'm blown away. I'm appreciative. And the push-up challenge that I did, I'm on almost 800 push-ups out of the 4,200 I got to do. And that raised over 400 and something. So all that total, I'm really happy everyone to recognize a good a cause and a foundation, and I'm looking forward to giving away all the prizes. And TR, I appreciate your donation to it. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, that's one giveaway I got in. I actually said in my video that I wanted to forward it to Dirt Road, the grand prize, contributed to the second prize. So that's a VR to a damn contest I can't win shit in.
Oh, you can win the third and the fourth. Well, you can't really win the fourth because it's a mag loader and you already have one. But the third place is a couple ounces of silver. So hang in there. You know, if the stars align perfectly, you may just get a couple ounces of silver. You never know.
It wasn't about that, of course, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rick, is your 6 covered? What's up, buddy? Or is your house covered? Excuse me.
Is your house covered? I knew you were gonna bring that shit up again tonight. No, thanks again, TR, and everybody on the panel, everybody on the external. But I would like to say it is close in Florida. I think when I walked away for a little bit, but we were 2 points ahead. South Carolina is super close. Those are the two that we need to win. We got to win those ones. But there's a lot of states turning red, which is good, as predicted. But with Hillary hitting the 55 freaking electoral votes in freaking California, which still pisses me off even though I don't live there, I'm just frustrated, hoping and praying we win. So good luck, America.
All right, I want to do a rundown right quick because for the chat to start, people in here already I would like to do a rundown because I haven't already. Usually by now I've already thanked everybody for coming in and stuff, and it's been blown up. I hadn't had a chance to do it. So I will start with Stump. Damn it. Stump. Let me start over again. Sandy's Passions. Partition Gorilla. The Reigning Hick. Stump Greenwood, South Carolina. J. Greg Campbell. The Fat Man. Red October. What's up, brother? Curious Yellow Solar. Mindy Patriot Angel. Sandy's Passions. Frank L. Jackie P. Chris Do-It-Yourselfer. Winging It Tracy. And of course, there's Pop's Quest. AZ Patriot. I don't know if it's Mindy Patriot Angel. I think I said that one. Stump Greenwood, South Carolina. Bizza, Rizza, Jizza. I hope I got it right that time. I think it said Rant and Hit. Big Glock Daddy. Fat Man. Buck Run 11. Hope you're doing good, my friend. And take it easy on that shoulder, buddy. I'm scrolling. Tom Olfison. What's up, buddy? The Genius Prepper. Outdoorsman's Paradise. Hadn't seen that name before. Fortune Glory. That's a new one too. Thanks and welcome. Captain Pizza. X Arms. Digger Joe. James McIntyre. I still freaking V-Borg. What's up, buddy? HRM Machinist, Weapons Machinist, excuse me. Annette's Firearms Channel. Martha Cannery. SKS Hugo. An American Morning. Hey, David. If you want a link, David, let me know. And Rodder 204. There's a lot of damn comments out there. Anyway, we ended that. I'm sure I missed a few people, and I'm sorry about that. So, anyway, to continue on.
Well, if you missed it, bitch about it later.
Yeah. I did a little ammo shopping yesterday, and believe it or not, you know, I had kind of made the mention that, oh, yeah, ammo is no problem here, which it really ain't. You know, you could find it. It's out there. But I was surprised. It was scarce. It was scarcer than I thought it would be. I picked up a good bit, but what surprised me the most was Palmetto State Armory. Ammo. You know what? Hang on, I'm trying to send a link out. There you go.
Yeah,
there you go, David.
While you're doing that, the best price I ever got on Wolf white box. You know, everybody knows the Wolf white box, 7.62 by 39, was 21 cents a round, and that was what's funny was that was like 2 years ago. Now they were selling 1,000 round packages of that stuff, and y'all know I go through a lot of ammo, so I did buy a lot of that. But I'm adding more rifles in that caliber, so I think it's as low as it's going to get. But I do think for some reason, and I think I got that on Lucky Gunner or SG Ammo or Aim Surplus. One of those had it. Definitely the lowest prices we're going to see. But anyway, I wanted to jump in there while you're sending the link. Go ahead. I didn't mean to really interrupt you.
No, you didn't interrupt me. Yeah, in store when I went, I mean, usually when I go to PSA, Palo State Armory in Greenville, South Carolina, they'll have pallets that's like freaking knee and waist high of 223. This time the ammo was like like just a box or two high on the pallets. But what was surprising is their Tula, or however the fuck you want to say it. They wanted $7.99 a box for 20 rounds of 223. The same ammo I get for $5.47 at Walmart. They wanted $7.99. Yeah, they had cases of it, but I was just like, really? What the fuck? And I went to Cabela's, which is just across the street. They had it for $5.99. And I was like, yeah, Cabela's has always been high as camel cock anyway. So, anyway,
I think steel case, you got to get it from one of those, like I said, AIM Surplus or J&G Sales, or what was the other one I said? Those guys are known. Back when I was buying Spam cans of 5.45 by 39, those three, I can't remember what was the third one I said. Those three were round. And that was the 7N6 5.45 by 39 in Spam cans, two Spam cans to a crate. I don't even want to tell you how much of that crap I bought, but I got a few rounds left over. Let's just put it that way. But I could move that right now for like 22, 23 cents a round, because they banned that 7N6. They banned that crap, So.
All right, one of y'all jump in. I'm going to send David a different link.
Hey, Blue, check the color of North Carolina, please. See if it's turned red. Chat in the external saying it did.
What does Blue? You got the hyperlink to the update electoral college screen thingamajigger?
No, I'm just watching Fox News, and they're pretty up to the wire on it. But the map they have the map too small. I can't.
Hey, I think we should all take a drink every time they say it's too close to call. We'll all be freaking hammered in about 20 minutes.
It's a good thing I didn't start that earlier today. I've been watching that.
I told my wife that, and she was like, "Yeah, that'd get you hammered pretty quick."
I got the big bottle, so I'm ready for it. Lazuna, the official liquor of Farmageddon or Fallmageddon, whichever one it is.
Yeah, either Mageddon. That's the official tequila now for sure from here on out. As long as they keep making it.
I might pour me a shot right now because one way or another, either I'm going to celebrate or fucking cry here in a few hours.
Well, what state did you want me to see?
They answered it out there. I guess Trump's winning North Carolina by a little bit, which is good. We have to get North Carolina, Florida, and a few other states to guarantee.
If he gets Ohio, Florida, and North Carolina, because they're on the East Coast, if he gets those early, we can damn near have a party. But I don't want to really go there yet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, I hope so. God, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope you're fucking sorry North Carolina ass gets Trump.
No shit. I don't want to move from one blue state to another blue state.
It must be all the people from California moving to North Carolina. It's throwing it to.
No offense, Blue. you goddamn Democrat.
Hey, I got my sticker, and it was red.
Hey, is Pennsylvania, is that normally a blue state or a red state?
Yeah. No, it's always blue.
Blue.
If we could get rid of Philadelphia and Harrisburg, we would be able to switch that around, but they haven't allowed us to cut them off yet.
What the fuck? Rockies from fucking Philadelphia. Come on.
Man, it's all the huge population centers where all the handouts are given that pull the states. It's not our country anymore, really. It's the young generation. And if you see where the future for the young generation is going and what's going to be available for them because of the last 8 years has been a disaster, they're just, the problem with the youth is they don't understand the proper solution to the problem, because the easy quick fix is always hold your hand out to the government, and they put just enough in your hand to get your vote, but they don't give you near enough to actually have a life. And if these kids would just realize that, you know, the country is theirs. We're almost at age, all of us right here, to where, well, Blue, you look kind of young. I don't know how old you are, but yeah.
37.
All right. Well, you're getting there, but we're all looking down the road at just hoping the country goes the right way. We've lost control. It's to the youth now, and I know anyone on this panel that's got kids, they'll come up understanding what to do and how to do it, and what it really means. The American dream is not to have it handed to you, but to work for it. But too many of these young kids are misinformed, and they're voting the wishbone and not the backbone. And we're just along for the ride, y'all, unfortunately, at this point.
Yeah, at our age, it's either let's get the fight on or teach the younger generation the right way to do it. That's where we're at. You know, I mean, it's either get it on. 20 years from now, I'm not going to be able to be at my best in a fight. Here in the next few years, yeah, I'm good. I'm game. We can get the fight on, but 20 years from now, maybe not. When I'm 68 years old, I'm not going to be the best guy on the damn team. You know,
20 years in a crow's nest with a sniper rifle. Then
saying I wouldn't be in the fight. I'm just saying I wouldn't be the best guy in the fight. But the best thing we can do, if nothing else, is either hope the fight happens soon, because if we got to rely on these millennials, these fucking pussies, that's this generation that we're seeing, to lead this country, we're in trouble. I would rather see the fight happen now than wait on these little whiny bastards to lead us into the next damn generation.
Good point.
What do you think, David?
Well, I think the whole thing is kind of screwed up. I got some interesting news I want to share with you. Dow futures are down 452 points and dropping.
Yeah, that's bad news for Hillary.
Yeah, it's real bad news for Hillary.
Yeah,
I mean, it's dropping like
Wall
a rock.
Wall Street priced in a Hillary win already. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it was almost a little over 400-point swing over 2 days. And it's bouncing between 450, 460 down right now, negative 2.47%.
So the other side of that, what are metal prices going to do tomorrow?
Yeah, right.
I haven't even looked. I haven't looked at metals in weeks, actually. When it started to bounce back up, I took my money off the table and just said, I'll wait. I don't even know where it's at. But
well, we're still down from, matter of fact, I can give you those numbers here real quick. In fact, I did that this afternoon. I was like, all right, I'm going to go pick up a few extra pieces just because. And I mean, because if there's a sell-off like they're expecting, then I would imagine that we can see a bounce there too. But well, I'm glad I did it when I did. But we're down negative 1% from 717. but that's an improvement. So as we see the stock tank, obviously we'll see the metals jump. So this Florida thing is pissing me off.
Florida likes to play with the whole. I think they hold back some precincts on purpose just to screw with everybody, just as a power play, because they know it's so tight. I mean, what was the election where they actually didn't know for, was it weeks or months, or was that Bush?
Was that 2004?
I don't remember.
Gore
That was a fiasco. Didn't it end up going to some court or something? Didn't the courts get involved on that? Yeah, the hanging.
That was
hanging chads.
election. Bush versus Gore.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. All the precincts there are in, 100% in. 60. Wait a second. Maybe it just hasn't updated yet, because according to the LA Times.
Yeah, but if all the precincts are in, but it's less than a margin, then they have to like freeze it and go to start counting like absentee ballots and all that crap. And that's what drags it out, I think, is when it's that close.
Yeah, could be.
I hate the whole damn thing, to be honest with you.
I guess it's 93.8% in, but still, I mean, it's swinging pretty heavy to Trump, so that's good. We're at 49 to 47.8.
Oh yeah, that's good.
49 to 47.8.
Yeah,
that's close.
What did I say the other night, Blue?
Yeah, he's gonna win by 1, some shit like that.
He's definitely ahead by the national popular vote, without a doubt. But yeah, Clinton just picked up. She's up at it's 147 to 122, so she picked up a couple points.
Yeah, he's over 1 million on the popular now, so that's cool.
The shitty part is once California's done, that's 55 she's going to get right there.
Yeah, but if he can solidify Georgia and Florida.
In North Carolina.
Well, I mean, because right now North Carolina is pretty solid for him. He's at 50% to 47.3. In fact, here's the other interesting thing. He's also now swaying heavy in New Hampshire.
Did North Carolina just turn blue again? That's what AZ Patriot said. It's that close. They're going back and forth in colors now.
Right now,
not on mine.
Right now, Google's showing Trump at 137, Clinton at 104. Votes. So,
137.
Yeah, that's what Google's showing anyway.
Politico and LA Times are showing 137 to 104. Fox is showing 147 to 122. That's a tight one.
We're in the M's, so North Carolina will show here in a second.
Cool.
150. Trump just went up to 150 to 122.
What state?
Montana.
That was a given.
It don't matter. I mean, fuck, every vote counts.
Well, basically, they said they predicted that the whole, basically, except for the West Coast and the East Coast, it was all going to be red. But in order for Trump to win, he needed to hit North Carolina, Florida, Ohio, and something else.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, the majority of the United States is going to be Trump, but those key states, like you said, North Carolina, Ohio, Florida, those are going to be the ones that could teeter the election one way or another. So if he nails those, he's got it. he's done.
Well, Ohio's looking pretty good, 53 to 42.6.
That's one of the states we need in Michigan.
Michigan's running 50% to 44.5.
Who's winning?
I thought every presidency up until now, whoever won Ohio won. Is that a fact or not?
I don't know.
That was supposed to be like 100%. Like whoever takes Ohio wins the election. And I don't mean. I just mean that just happens to be a coincidence. I heard that on the internet. It must be true.
Yeah, if you heard it on the internet, it's got to be true.
Do some fact checking on that. I don't know. I don't know where you look for something like that, but
well, it probably does have something to do with a close election. That's one of the swing states, and so it probably has some truth to that. Has some merit to it. It makes sense, just what we said: Ohio, North Carolina, and Florida. If whoever takes those states probably is going to win the election because those are the swing states. I mean, you wouldn't think Florida, Ohio, and North Carolina. How in the hell does that play into the equation? Because the reason it does is because the other states are almost a known what they're going to do. Those are the states that are always teetering one way or another. So it kind of makes sense. Holy shit, what happened there?
End of the world. Somebody hit the button.
Down another fucking tree or something.
That was my chainsaw starting up. I'll be right back.
But I mean, it does make sense if those are key states that are like, iffy, wishy-washy. Whoever carries those, it kind of makes sense.
I mean, if he takes those three, well, North Carolina. Okay, did we determine that? I thought that already went Hillary. Is that not the case?
No,
which one?
North Carolina is 3 points in favor of Trump right now.
Okay, if he wins North Carolina, Ohio, and Florida, I'm taking a day off tomorrow, and I'm gonna go do some crazy celebrating. And then I just don't want to wake up in the morning and have pie on my face, but I mean the East Coast, that's all we got, because the West Coast, I mean, by the time they report, I'll be asleep, I guess all the left coast goes Democrat anyway, so they'll report that early, I guess. I mean, what does it really come down to? Didn't they already call like North Dakota and South Dakota or something like that? It's crazy. I mean,
yeah, North Dakota and South Dakota both are Trump.
and they're not even closed yet, but I guess they just know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
because
right
I mean,
now,
South Dakota 64% to Trump, 29 to Clinton. North Dakota 70% to Trump, 22 to Clinton. Arizona's already leaning Trump 55 to 40.
Yeah, that's funny, but so I guess
right now,
go ahead.
All the polls should be closed now. Well, except Alaska and Hawaii. I'm not sure about Alaska. I think they're in a different time zone than California. I could be wrong. If not, whatever. But they're from the West Coast to the East Coast, all the polls should be closed now.
Yeah, no, Alaska gets like one. I mean, Hawaii goes Democrat and Alaska goes Republican, I think, is the way it goes.
Yeah.
So they cancel each other out. It don't matter. Their vote doesn't matter, TR.
Tell that to Backjack 21 or Backjack. What is the numbers? Backjack. Anyway.
No, I'm sure he voted. Yeah, I seen the video today where he voted.
Yep, exactly.
Man, when I got there, y'all saw that video of me, and that place was a damn ghost town. That blew my mind. I drove up there, and I'm like, shit, are we voting today or is it tomorrow? And y'all wouldn't believe the hordes of people that were there the last couple elections. It would have blown you. I wish I had video of it back then. I was just getting into YouTube. Man, the difference is just night and day. It was like I expected to see tumbleweed roll through there today. It was ridiculous.
All right. The wife just came out and she told me that if you go to Google or Bing, whichever one, and you type in electoral map, it'll give you a state by state. If you click on the state, you can actually go to the county and then you can see what the counties are. And I'm kind of playing with it right now. It has Florida currently. It just updated. Hillary 48, Trump 49. So it's getting close in Florida.
Oh, and I want to do a little bit of bragging. I watched a video today, a guy, and I respect this guy, but anyway, he said voted all incumbents out of office. You know, if they were incumbent, he voted against them. And I understand where he's coming from. But my representative, believe it or not, is Trey Gowdy. And I voted for Trey Gowdy because I like that son of a bitch. I think he's an awesome fucking representative. And I'm proud that he's my representative. And Tim Scott is my senator. So I voted for him. Jim DeMint actually left office early and put Tim Scott in place. And I'm not sure, but I think this is the first time Tim Scott went up for election. But I went ahead and voted for him because I think he's a good dude. But that was my big, it was the president, my representative, and my senator all were up for election. And I've, of course, voted for Trump, Tim Scott, and Trey Gowdy.
My God, guys. I'm sitting here watching a massive sell-off. We're negative 3.37% on the Dow. It's negative 626 points.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's the biggest indicator of, and like I said, I don't want to go there yet, but they priced Hillary into that market. I'm telling you. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, this is.
I wish Rosie was on here. She'd tell you straight up.
Well, I'm glad I did what I did when I did it. Holy cow. But I've been telling people for a long time, you know, no matter what happens here, we're in a situation where the economic upheaval is upon us. We are out of space, out of time. And we're dealing with economic struggle regardless. But I mean, we're either going to expedite the process or we're going to prolong it and go to war and make it worse, or potentially both. People got to start doing something before it smacks them in the mouth. It's going to smack people in the mouth. And I've been saying people, and that's my problem, is I've been trying to tell people this for like a decade. And, you know, it's not even just me, man. Economists from all over the globe have been like, all right, well, we're getting close to something really nasty. But whatever.
Well, like I said, I mean, if Hillary wins, I think we're going to see the downfall of America even quicker. If Trump wins, there still may be a downfall of America. It'll just be slower because as a president, there's only so much he can do. But I would rather have him at the helm than Hillary because she's going to drive this bitch right into the fucking rocks.
Yeah. With both motors blazing. Hey, David, let me ask you a question. I'm not really great at the stock market and stuff. Isn't it closed, though, for today? There's no more trading going on, right? Or are you saying there's stuff happening right now?
Oh, yeah, stuff is happening as we speak. It's futures trading. So yeah, the stock market is done, but they figured out some beautiful ways to trade when everybody else is closed. They're called futures. And so they can still dilly-dally and do interesting things past that time. Most of that paper will hit tomorrow morning. And of course, too, they're making, basically it's like a big casino. They're making bets on where things are going to go. And that's kind of what we're saying. So,
and the futures will always show the direction of the market. Maybe not the how the volume or how big it's going to be, but when they're showing down, how many, 600 points now?
Yeah, 615 at the most, 623. I mean,
that is a huge number on a futures. I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, you're gonna be down, if that stays like that, you might be down a couple thousand freaking points at the open.
Yeah. Well, they were talking about how depending on who wins, because see here, the establishment wants things. This is as simple as I can probably explain it. The establishment wants things to continue on as they've been going. They want to, and which is basically just robbing people blind. But they feel like if the establishment's not in control, they're going to change some of the policies in regard to our economy. So people are betting one way or the other and how this is going to go. Now, what is this? Investing.com says the stock future table displays real-time streaming CFD rates of world futures, basically. The quotes are available for 31 of the world's top stock. The base is the price at which each future contract closed as of 16:30 Eastern time. The change is calculated from the base price. So yeah, you're right. I mean, tomorrow morning will be an interesting thing depending on who wins. And there have been some who have said, you'll see upwards of a 25 to 45% sell-off just because they know how things are going to change once this happens. If the establishment's not in control, and by the way, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, it sucks initially, but the sooner we can get this crap out of the way, the better off we'll be in the long term. Because we're losing. What a lot of people don't understand is that the way things are set up right now with the devaluation of the dollar and inflation and everything, you are literally being robbed of your wealth. The sooner we can put an end to this, the sooner we can start or reverse that flow of wealth, and we'll bring it back to ourselves. That being said, it's not going to be an easy transition. And our fiat currency is in a lot of trouble, and it will crumble, which is why I advocate personally, especially for myself, is that, precious metal, real money, will hedge you and will also help you buy off your debt when the dollar is completely debased. But whoa, 642. We must be getting close in Florida.
Yeah. The real indicator is the people with the money. The players trying to protect their money. Let me tell you something. They're watching this in a way different way than you and I are watching it. There's people out there in the market that have bet, I'd say, millions or billions or hundreds of thousands, and depends on who you look at, on who's the next president. And when they see, I mean, they got sell orders in now for when the market opens. They're betting against Hillary right now because they got sell orders stacking up. Which is great. I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up, but they got a lot of money on the line, so they may be playing it safe though too. So you never know.
Well, here's some good news. 99.2% the precincts reporting in Trump is at 49.2% to Hillary's 47.7%.
Good.
So that is good news. Fox is still reporting 95% in.
Yeah, I'd love nothing more than to come on this chat and just celebrate with you guys. I think that'd be awesome. Let's just see what happens.
Well, I mean, it's not what would make me happy. It's not the only thing that would make me happy is let me back up. This is not the only reason I want Trump to win. See all the freaking news organizations eat fucking crow tomorrow. I want to see those bumbling idiots. What happened after they said, "Oh, Clinton's going to win. Clinton's, heading the polls, and Clinton this and Clinton that." Say, well, damn, Trump won. Our polls were wrong. What the fuck? I mean, I want to see that. I truly want to see that.
Well, I just want to see. I want to see Hillary have to give a.
But let's not jinx ourselves here. Don't jinx ourselves.
For all you guys that are saying,
I just want to see
is a blue state. This is the. I think I'm screen sharing it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Yeah.
But that is Pennsylvania as a blue state. So, and I'm in the western side of the state. So.
Yeah, that tiny little blue speck in the right corner is ruling your whole state. like a bitch on steroids, I don't get that.
That's a what do they call it? A MRSA cyst on your butt.
Yeah. Don't need a freaking earthquake or a tsunami to square that shit away.
All right, so here's a couple other things. I talked a little bit about this on my show, and I think it's important that we share this, guys. Simultaneously, as we do this, Russians are getting ready to prepare a strike on Aleppo. It's supposed to be a pretty significant situation. It's a show of force, and they're going to do some things they've never done before. Meanwhile, across the planet, North Korea is looking like they're going to do something as well. I have to remind everybody that if the sell-off situation is a real thing, understanding, of course, and this is what I was trying to explain on my hangout prior to this, was that the world's currencies are loosely attached to the dollar, and as we decline, the tensions around the world will increase. Not only is money a big big part of this, but money is power, and power is transferred, not created, kind of a situation. So there's a whole slew of issues that are attached to this. The TPP, the inflation, the financial markets, everything. I mean, just holy cow, this is a huge deal. So, as we move forward in this, understand, if you celebrate or whatever, keep your head about you, because it's no matter who wins, we're dealing with a bunch of issues that we're going to have to contend with on an individual level. And we also have to remember too, and I've tried to say this, that when we start talking about dollar sell-offs and economic panic and so on and so forth, try to think of Black Friday. You have a bunch of people who are willing to punch each other in the mouth for non-essential items. Now imagine those same people hungry, desperate, and broke. That's what we're going to be dealing with if this comes to that level, So prepare for the worst, hope for the best kind of situation.
That's why you got to have stock in these.
What was that?
I said that's why you got to have stock in this.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's funny. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that no matter what, whether Hillary could do anything or not, let's just say she gets in power and she's not really able to implement what she wants to do. We got Supreme Court seats that are up for grabs. One of them is vacant right now, and that is, if nothing else, is a reason to vote one way or another. Even if you think Trump is a complete fucking asshole, he is still. Do you want Hillary to appoint a Supreme Court justice, or you want Trump? That is a very big issue in itself that has to be thought about in this election process.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's so frustrating. You know, we look at the grand scheme of things, the end result, the big to do or whatever, you know, and a lot of people they'll frown upon the idea of exchanging currency for money. But I'll tell you the same thing I tell everybody else. You know, it's a good way to hedge yourself against something like a super or hyperinflation, you know, and even in the devaluation of the dollar. You look at, for instance, the stock market. All right. So if you were average Joe and you put your money in the stock market in December of 2014, when the stock market hit 18,000, 2 years ago, you know, you are sitting right now negative money. Let's say you put $1,000 in, or let's say you put whatever, $18,000 in the day that it went 18,000. Well, now you're negative 2 years later. But on the other end, you did on the exact same day, you invested in silver, you're up some 317%. That's a no-brainer, because that's the difference between money and currency.
Yeah.
So, you know, worst case scenario or best case scenario, like I said, I don't know, depending on how you want to look at that, you got a situation where you can turn your silver in for more money, or you can protect yourself from complete economic downturn, whatever.
I just feel like that if I had to choose between stocks or metals or anything of value, I'd rather be stuck holding metals or things of value that I could use or that had tangible value than things that I can't touch or I can't hold, or it's paper, or it's just a statement that shows up every month. I'd rather be in a lost situation on shit that actually has value than be down on paper, because, I mean, to me, it's easy to hold on to things that you can actually hold on to. I mean, does that make sense? I mean,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's the thing. If your money is wrapped up in paper, I don't care if it's on the stock market or in the bank, you know, you look at, oh my God, it's negative 669. Sorry, if negative 673. Anyway, so if it's wrapped up in paper, and look at places like Greece or what have you, you know, when they close the banks, they ration withdrawal, or whatever. I mean, you could look at however many times throughout history since World War II that occur negative 692. Holy cow! Where they've had to close the banks, the currency has been completely debased, whatever, and what do you get? I mean, look at Venezuela, look at Zimbabwe, look at whatever. You don't need any more evidence to know that if you have actual hard money in your hand, and there's a difference between money and currency, but if you have actual hard money in your hand, you're better off, you know, and that's absolutely. I mean, that's why the people from the Great Depression hid their money in their, you know, their mattresses and stuff. I mean, it's because they knew that the banks could just seize them. Now, what's ironic about this situation is that repeatedly we have seen central banks and local banks and governments talking about seizing their currency, seizing the bank accounts or whatever. I think it's irresponsible not to have at least some sort of insurance policy. I'm not saying pull all your money from everything. That would, I think to some extent that may be irresponsible. But if you were to just invest in some pieces here and there as insurance, that would be, I'm all about having little tiny insurance policies all over the place. And insurance policies consist of things like silver and fuel and food and, whatever. I just think it's important.
Trump just took Ohio.
Which might explain why we just breached -700.
I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you. There's something about Ohio. I'm telling you. This media is going to go apeshit over Ohio.
I agree with you. This is my 401k plan.
Yeah. This is
I got a little extra money, I buy a firearm.
That's my latest edition.
Let's go. Hell yeah. I have no money in 401k. I own no stocks. I have no IRA. I have none of that shit. Every penny I got to play with, I buy ammo and guns.
I don't have a damn bit of it either. I got a little bit that I can't do nothing with them, but it ain't shit. I've paid off my shop. Everybody asked me, why aren't you invested in your retirement? I said, I am. I'm just not doing it how you want me to do it. I'm paying off my shop. I had this little pissant money manager that probably didn't have a freaking pot to piss in that wanted to tell me how to make money in the market. And I said, how much money have you made in the market? Little fucker. And, I'm like, I'll pay off this shop and I'll do what I want with this place. And, and the market ain't going to tell me that this shop ain't paid off one day because it drops a freaking 50%. A paid off place is a paid off damn place. Can you guarantee me that? Can you guarantee me return? No. Well, I can guarantee this property will have value. And that's why I bought the farm too. I'm like, I'm not investing in the stock market. I'm going to buy land and I'm going to go buy a bunch of more land one of these days. And freaking everything else I can put my hands on. I'm not going down that road. And I can't, I don't wish bad on people, but when that shit goes to zero, I'm not going to be happy, but I damn sure ain't going to feel sorry for nobody.
Well, and that's the beauty of the situation, with silver. Silver is right now, and it's not going to be for very long, but silver is cheap. You can buy an ounce for about $20 an ounce. You get an extra $20. This is what I've been telling people. Go buy yourself an ounce of gold or an ounce of silver, just 1 ounce. When I started telling people to go buy an ounce of silver, and this was, a little while back, it was about $5.73 an ounce, and now it's $20 an ounce. That's a hell of a return over a short period of time. And it's something you hold in your hand. Today already, it looks like, and I'm just pulling this up, on the silver that I bought today, and I bought it over lunch because I had an idea. My model was showing me some turmoil here in the next few days. But already today, just on what I bought over lunch, I've made $130.
That's a hell of an investment. So
I made it today when it was negative, according to my indicator, was negative about, if I can recall, just vaguely recall, it was somewhere around negative 4 or 5% off of my own figure here that I'm looking at. And now silver's sitting at negative 0.38. So silver is gaining in value now. And I bought it. I've got my model set up to where it'll alert me during buying trends. And that's when I'll buy versus, and it goes green, yellow, red. So I'll buy in red. I don't do anything during yellow or green. But now I'm sitting green at negative 0.38, and I've made 130.39 on what I've done, and that's just since lunch. On just a few pieces that I bought. So I mean, I think kind of my point. you can do well for yourself by doing it just bit by bit.
It's definitely a smart move. We've talked about it in the past. You know, if you took just $1,000 and put it in a mattress, and this kind of, I don't know if it's the same thing you're saying, but it's still going to be $1,000 20 years from now. But if you put $1,000 of silver away in your bed or underneath your bed 20 years ago, that might be worth $20,000.
Absolutely. Well, and yeah, because you factor in inflation, you factor in devaluation of the dollar. You know, those two, if they devalue the dollar by 2%, you can expect at least 2% inflation. You know, so that's 4%. So if you devalue the dollar, say over the course of 10, 20 years by 33%, you're going to have an inflationary rate of about the same, if not more. And that's it works both ways. So you're putting your money in the bank, you have inflation and devaluation of the dollar. So you have $10,000 in the bank, and that it devalues, and you have the inflationary rate. You've literally lost 2/3 of your retirement. But if you do it in physical money, that actually appreciates in value, and you're able to retain your buying power. This is when I say, like, for instance, you were able to buy a suit and a gun for an ounce of gold in 1913. Today, you can still buy a suit and a gun for an ounce of gold. That's what I'm talking about. The precious metal actually hedges your buying power against the inflation and devaluation of the currency. There's a difference between currency and money, and by doing that, you can set yourself up for retirement. So regardless of what happens in the markets or to the currency or whatever, you are investing in something that is worth the value. Now, the value will flux based on the currencies up and downs, but your buying power stays the same. And that's what I think a lot of people miss, because they don't understand how silver can go up and go down. But that's how that works, essentially.
I like to say that inflation favors the spenders or buyers, and deflation favors the saver. Because if things are going up, inflation, those same dollars you're going to spend today won't be able to buy that product in the future. And if you just look at hard assets or something like that, something you can buy today that's inflated. So if you think you're going to see inflation, you want to go ahead and purchase as many hard assets or things of value, not freaking TVs or freaking game units or crap like that, but real assets. I mean, even things like ammunition, gold, silver, land, things like that. Mm-hmm. That's going to pay the spender in inflation. When it comes to deflation, it's the exact opposite. You want to save your money and wait for that inflationary period, and then go out and buy hard assets before that. That's just the simplest way I look at it.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to look at that at all. And that's how very similar how my model is set up. What I did is I took a low end of a date and time. My date is silver as of 7/17/2016. And I based it off of that because it was a flux. It was kind of in the middle of where things were headed at that time. And I'll adjust that usually about once a year. But then that way I have a good gauge of kind of where things are going, and then I make my buying of silver during that time. But I also base too what's happening with groceries and what's going on with fuel and energy, and even just basic goods in general. I can base inflation off of what's going on with the precious metal to kind of see how much I'm actually losing when I exchange my labor for that paper, if that makes any sense.
Quick update. I got a text from a buddy of mine that says we won the House and Senate, so if Trump can pull it out and he can appoint 3 Republican Supreme Justice, it would be America moving forward. Sounds like things are going. I don't know if you guys can double check that, but sounds like we won the House and the Senate.
Yeah, it looks like it's heading that way. Here's the problem, though. Paul Ryan.
Yeah.
All we have to do is get rid of that rhino, then we're okay.
Trump train! Trump train!
I I was telling Rob earlier today, I went and did some investing in some precious metals the last couple of days.
Mhm.
Here's some of my comebacks from Walmart. I can go ahead and tell you right now, within 20 miles of my house, there's no 762 by 39 or 223 because I bought it all.
A couple of, yeah, and you know what's funny is I got a little heat from a couple of people who are like, what? You know, if you go out and buy a bunch of ammo, what happens if Trump wins? I'm like, it's already as cheap as it's ever been. I mean, it's not like it's high and I'm buying it. It's freaking dirt cheap right now and I'm buying it. So, I mean, either way, it's good to go. I mean, it's like a win-win, and I'm gonna shoot the shit out of it. So, I mean, like,
I paid, these are 40-round boxes. I paid $9.90 something for a pack for them. So it's like, you know, for a 20-round pack, it's like $5.50, $5.40 something. If Trump wins and this shit just gets back on the shelf, that means I can shoot more of it. When I go down to Rob's, I could just fucking blast away and not even worry about it.
I mean, ammo is such a no-brainer right now. It's ridiculous. That's why I'm kind of doubling down. It's unbelievable how good we have it right now. I hope people are taking advantage of it. I really do. I hate to hear people go, oh, I can't, you know, y'all know the whole spiel. I'm not going to go into it, but it's cheap as it's going to get, guys. We're at a great place with everything, with firearms. Don't go in debt, but if you need it, get it. I mean, it's just ridiculously cheap right now.
I think I've spent over $400 on ammo in the last 2 days, and that's not much. That's like minuscule if you really think about it in the whole scheme of things. That seems like a lot, but it's really not. I mean, it can be. Don't get me wrong. Ammo has always been my weakness. I have plenty of firearms, but I've always been weak on ammo. And I understand that's my weakness, and that's why I'm like, okay, I need to get some ammo. So, you know, I went and scoured the Walmarts, cleaned them out, what they had, got home, ordered 500 rounds of 223 and 500 rounds of 762 by 39. By no means does that mean I can take on the fucking army. No, I'm just saying I'm stocking up with what I can afford to do. You know.
Yeah, you cannot go wrong with ammo. I mean, you're going to shoot it. We all love to shoot. I mean, we're not all buying ammo for freaking end of times. I mean, I love to freaking shoot. It's a hobby. It's expensive. It's like any other hobby, playing poker and losing your ass off. I mean, you know, buying hookers, whatever. I mean, it's not cheap, you know, but it's a lot of fun. So I don't have any problem buying ammo. Any ammo I come across, it's all good. Oh, what did Rick get into there?
This is just sitting in a drawer. This has
the 22?
Yeah. This hasn't even made it into the piles yet.
Yeah, that golden bullet's a little bit smoky. So
it don't matter as long as it goes bang.
Oh, it goes bang. I just don't. I bought a little bit of it, and I'm not gonna buy no more of it. But
I got some CCI in my other boxes.
Yeah, if you can get it cheap, it's still good to go. Don't get me wrong. But
if
it's there, I'll buy it. It's $39. Just grab it. Fuck it.
Trump's looking about 2 million now over on Popular, and they gave Ohio to Trump. He's looking at 168 versus 109.
Now, David, quick question with electoral votes.
Mm-hmm.
Since there is so many people voting for Trump this time around, obviously it's the first time around, will California have a possibility of getting some of electoral votes from the 55 of California to go to Trump?
That's a good question.
Or is it just California 55 goes to Hillary? Or can they break that up, or how's that work?
Well, let me just make sure I'm right real quick.
Sorry to put you on the spot. I just figured.
No, it's fine. I know that they were working on a couple of different situations there.
Man, if they could break up their vote, that would have made like national media, like that would have blown up. And I haven't heard anything, so I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I think once a state once if it's the overall vote, that's where the electoral college goes. There are circumstances where the electoral college can argue it and stuff like that, but it would have to be like a tie. But
Okay.
at least first run, I think they have to vote how the state votes.
Yeah, there's
But I could be wrong.
48 out of the 50 states award electoral votes on a winner-take-all basis, including the District of Columbia. For example, all 55 of California's electoral votes go to the winner of the state's election, even if the margin of victory is only 50.1% to 49.9%. So he's got to pull out just a fraction of a fraction in order to get all 55, which is possible.
That's not possible in California.
Yeah, I don't know. California,
It's
that's the stronghold. I don't even think Hillary visited California.
No, she already knows she's getting 55 electoral votes right there.
But there's a card that nobody's considering. All right, and this is one of the stories. Okay, yeah, it's not hope. It's just something to consider. It's something to kind of factor in. But there's been an enormous amount of Hispanics and immigrants, legal, who are actually for Trump because they're angry because they had to pay and go through all the loopholes and everything else, while these other people are flooding in. So while these other people are flooding in, not all of the people flooding in are voting, but the immigrants who are here, they are very upset about that. So there's I would say untraditional amount of immigrants who will be voting for Trump, specifically over the immigration issue.
The irony of that is just amazing.
Right.
And they're proving that with the state of Florida, because didn't Florida like convert almost 600,000 voters to Democrat, and that was the Hispanics. Mm-hmm. I know I heard that somewhere, and Trump's still ahead in Florida by 2 points, and they just converted 600,000 people to Democrat. So I don't know. I think you're onto something with California. I mean, it's a crapshoot, but
I don't think she'll win it. Is it even showing results yet of California?
No, 0.0 reporting in so far.
Yeah, see, on all the pre-election guessing and all that stuff, it wasn't even thought out. There's no way in hell. I mean, it would be freaking awesome, but we can't even use that to our advantage. We got to do the Florida and the Ohio and the North Carolina and the ones that are going to get us over the top the other way around. And it sounds like it could be possible.
What is going on with Georgia?
The stars are aligning.
What's up with Georgia? Surely they're not going Hillary. Well, you got Atlanta there. So Atlanta, Savannah, I don't know.
Yeah, Henry, Fulton, right? They're all going. And then also,
my wife is screaming about something.
It's kind of like Florida. I was kind of upset. Gadsden, Florida, 67.9% to Clinton. Talk about a smack in the mouth. How can you be from Gadsden, Florida, and vote Clinton?
Right. My wife just said Fox News called North Carolina for Trump and Ohio. Did y'all already say that? Maybe I'm late to the game.
Yeah, Ohio.
Yeah, I live in a red state, people. Hell yeah.
Okay, I can finally welcome you to the conservative East Coast. Finally. I don't know. We shouldn't celebrate.
Kids sleeping above me. I might shoot a couple holes through the goddamn roof just because of America.
Shit, I might go outside and test fire this freaking new RS-47 son of a bitch tonight in the backyard.
I need something I can blow up, damn it.
If Florida goes after those two, I mean, it's I'm going to leave my mouth shut, but it'll look good.
Yeah.
Here's what's interesting. Now,
North
let me
Carolina.
read this. This is pretty messed up.
46.
We got here. According to a report in the World Tribune, Governor McAuliffe used an auto pen to sign thousands of letters granting voting rights to felons, enough to put the swing state in Hillary Clinton's column. Governor McAuliffe is a longtime Clinton ally, having served as chairman of both President Bill Clinton's 1996 re-election campaign and Hillary Clinton's 2008 presidential campaign. The report, which first appeared in the Daily Caller, says that those who received McAuliffe's letter also got voter registration forms with prepaid return postage. No others in Virginia received such service. The end-all tell-all, the Virginia governor gave 60,000 felons the vote, and Hillary won the state by 60,000 votes. Yeah, I know, right? You could hear a pin drop after that.
Exactly. We're still going, what?
And that's what's crazy about this. And blatant voter fraud, and he's going to get away with it. It makes me sick.
People have been asking about Michigan. Michigan is up Trump 48.99 to Clinton 45.99.
Like I said, people, your vote does matter. I did a rant video earlier today, and I went full fucking redneck. I won't deny it. And if our vote didn't matter, I know the system's rigged. You know, but they can only rig it so far. They can only, sway the results so far. They can only do voter, crap, election fraud so much. If the majority of the people gets out there and fucking voices their opinion, they can't deny it. They can't fucking sway it that much. If enough people show up and they go out there and they voice their freaking opinion, it cannot be overcome. And even the elites know this. And so I'm really super happy that people got out there and voted. I was surprised at how many people were voting in my district. And my district has always had a line to vote for president. A presidential election. It's always been a line. But even I was surprised how many people were out there voting. And for the ones that my rant was against, people would say, well, your vote don't matter, so I'm not going to vote. And I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. If you're not going to be part of the solution, get out of the way. Let us that do give a shit get in line, and we're going to make a difference. One way or another, we got to make a difference. We got to try. If you want to lay down, but lay down and get the fuck out of my way.
All right, good news, guys.
Yeah, Bizarrizza Jizza was asking about the futures since the latest polls or whatnot.
It's swinging. The futures are about to take a massive dump, though. Drudge is reporting that Trump won Florida, and I'm trying to confirm this with some of these others, but it looks like Trump just got 183 versus 131 nationally. Trying to see what it was that he only needs 87 more votes, and that doesn't include the 29 or the 16 from Georgia. So things are looking really good for him at the moment. But Drudge is reporting, where's he getting that? New York Times. Let me pull that up real quick. Win Florida, 95% forecast Trump, highly likely. 49.1% to 47.8%. So the New York Times is reporting that. You know, if anybody's going to be extremely reluctant to do that, it's going to be them. That's significant. So I'll keep an eye on futures right now. We are sitting at -6. It's fluxing quite a bit, but I'll just go ahead and round it. We're saying -630. I think once it becomes official, we'll see a massive jump in that. Yeah, right now 648.
That's the most curious thing. It's funny how the media, my wife is in there watching the news, and they're not looking at that, and us guys in this little chat are seeing all that. It's kind of funny.
Something cool must have happened.
Yeah, Fox just yeah. I mean, I know we've covered
Michigan. Did they just call Michigan? My wife just said Michigan for some reason.
Michigan was ahead. I don't know if they got it.
Yeah, Michigan's still reporting 46.5%. The precincts calling in.
Okay, she said something about Michigan. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Trying to.
We could pull this shit off, hopefully.
I think we can. And
look at the chat on the video. Greg Solomon. How the hell did he do that? It's like a big Trump banner thing on there.
I don't know how he done it, but it's awesome.
That's for sure.
All right, so here's some more good news, guys, is that according to the New York Times, the chance of winning the presidency right now sits at 94% in Trump's way.
See, that's what I hate about the fucking internet, because I'm looking at one right now that still says that Hillary Clinton has an 89.7% chance of winning.
Yeah, this is New York Times. Here, I'll drop the link on the internal so you guys can get this.
What you need to do is look at how Vegas calls it, because Vegas never gets it wrong. Look at the odds that Vegas has right now. I don't even think you can bet right now on that. Maybe they closed it, but if you look at,
I'm sure they did.
Anything, yeah, they probably closed it at midnight last night. But those fuckers never get it wrong. Ever.
Of course not, because hell, if they get it wrong, they lose money. I'm telling you, I'm really super psyched. I think we have a chance to win this.
Florida was called, so we got 197 to Trump versus 131 to Clinton total. Popular vote at 38.9 versus 36.7. So that is awesome.
Nice.
Trump train.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if the American
Ohio was called. Ohio was called to Trump, 53.2% to 42.4%. So that's another strong victory there.
Freaking landslide. Come on, baby.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The good news is if it sits as it sits right now, let's see, yeah, so even if she hits California right now, he's still outpacing her, which is good. And we just got to carry a few of these minor states. I think we're looking at a pretty good day tomorrow. So
there's a guy in the chat said Vegas has Trump for 73% right now. So that's kind of good. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, Vegas don't get it wrong. Hey, I want to ask you a question, TR. Are you gonna make a call by the end of this chat? Are you gonna call it? Are you gonna call it victory?
Hey, we got Florida, we got Ohio, we got North Carolina. I'm right now. It's looking like Trump wins, and I'm fucking super psyched. I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, don't jinx that shit.
Yeah, let's wait. Maybe I should have asked you that question later on, but
I mean, by the polls of the social media, Trump was going to win. The bullshit polls on NBC and all that shit, it was very biased. And I think the American people are ready for change. Trump might not have been the one that they wanted, but he was definitely somebody that was different. Somebody that was out of the picture of what we normally vote for. And I think even Democrats really don't like fucking Hillary. And your Bernie Sanders people, they was not going to vote for Hillary no matter what. Whether they just stayed at home and not voted for anybody, or they voted for Jill Stein or Gary Johnson or whoever it was, they wasn't going to vote for Hillary. And
that's why they didn't show up. I mean, y'all saw my video. It was a freaking ghost land.
Oh my God, guys!
They just went home. They're like, screw that bitch. I ain't voting for her.
Oh, we on 7 points.
Negative 736.
Fuck. I hate to see what tomorrow looks like.
Yeah, David Smith says out there, TR Trump is not a politician. Exactly. And I think that's why the American public really likes him. I think that's why they resonated toward Trump, because he wasn't a politician. And the worst thing, I mean, no matter how much they tried and they tried, and they're like, the best thing that they could come up with that he's a bad guy is he liked pretty women. So fucking what? What guy don't like pretty women? And if a pretty woman comes up to you and rubs her boobs on you or whatever, and you respond and flirt with her, that's the worst thing you can come up with this guy? After all this shit Hillary has done, is doing still right now? Oh my God. It's like, oh, he likes pretty women. He's a a fucking woman hater. No, he's not. He loves women. How does that make me sway my vote?
I'm with you though. My biggest enjoyment's going to be watching those. Now, again, if it goes, my wife is going haywire in the background.
What did we just win?
If it goes Trump, if it goes, hang on.
What was it? Yeah,
Florida for Trump.
Who's in that room with your wife, man? I go kick his ass.
Fuck yeah.
She can have a party all by herself. You haven't met my wife. Trust me. It's she's a remarkable woman. But where the hell was I? What was I saying? Oh, the media. If Trump wins, I'll just black out everything. But I'll just love hearing all the shithead pundits have to suck their shit back up and eat it. It'll just be my moment to just kind of block everything out and enjoy things. Not that they will. They'll go right into the whole mode of, well, what does America do now that there's a true tyrant in the White House? How are we ever going to survive? They're going to turn this every which way but loose, y'all. And y'all ain't ready for that. That's the part we hadn't talked about.
How did it get to 216 to 202? Did she just win California?
They're just called California, probably. I mean,
no, I'm not seeing anything yet on that.
It's the Fox projected as the 216 to 202.
Fuck that.
Well, see, their website's still at 133, 183, which is behind the Times, the LA Times, and Politico, which is weird.
They had to have given her California to get that number up so high. It's still gray on the Google, I guess.
I've met Rob's wife, and she is awesome. She's awesome. You did good, Rob.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I married up. I mean, I'm a simple man, but she makes me. She's. Well, I'll just say she's awesome. I'll leave it at that.
She completes me.
We'll see in
That's me.
California, Hawaii, and Washington. That was a prediction, which is fine. And if we get Florida like we just got, and did we confirm North Carolina, right?
Yes.
Yeah, North Carolina, Ohio. And if we got the other one, we should be ahead.
Okay, so they did. They gave Washington, California to and Hawaii to Hillary. So you're right. That's where they got the.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain. That's like earlier when my wife was talking about certain states. I'm like, don't get excited. Those were going to go his way anyway. I mean, that's not something to get excited about. And it's the same thing. I mean, they know which states are going which direction. So.
Pennsylvania. There's 2 points. 2 freaking points for Pennsylvania, which has always been Democratic. That's got to say something. Hillary's still ahead, of course, but 2 points.
What's the percentage of done?
If Hillary wins, we're going to have to rethink this whole Farmageddon thing, whether you get an invite or not.
I voted.
Yeah, if you fuck this up, Blue, we're blaming it all on you. You realize?
I mean, you did. How much campaigning did you really do for Trump, Blue? I just need to. I'm gonna have to rethink this.
No, everybody I talk to, it's like we need a fucking change. I don't care if Trump's the man or not. We need to get away from the political.
I'm gonna need a picture of your front yard and some signs to prove you to come down.
I can get more in the garage that people never.
Hey, here's a good question. What is the date of the riot? Do you think tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow night.
Or tomorrow night is going to be the big riot of all the freaking Black Lives Matter and all that other bullshit.
It'll be
the handout folks vote was rigged freaking crowd. I wish every one of them son of a bitches that wants to riot would come onto my fucking front lawn. That's all I got to say. I invite
you got that much ammo?
I'm good. I'm invite them on to the. Come on, let's have a fucking party. Let's have an after party of epic freaking proportions. Let's do it.
Let's do it at the farm so we can make a big hole.
They can't afford to get out to the farm. The fuckers ain't got no cars or gas or enough freaking bus tickets to make their ass way out. The bus route don't go there. No offense to anybody who takes the bus. I used to take the bus every freaking day to work. I'm just saying.
Look at that back check. That's funny.
What the fuck? NASCAR says NBC is 209 Clinton, 172 Trump.
Well, Fox on the deal is running 216, 202.
And Trump losing?
No. Oh, you're saying that they're showing a loss?
Yeah,
well, they're showing Trump losing right now. NBC is 209 Clinton and 172 Trump with a question mark. NASCAR's. It's up about.
I will fact check that shit right now. Hold on.
I wouldn't worry about that because there's some states that aren't reporting. They're probably counting Oregon, which
Hey guys, I got to go away for like 2 minutes to make a quick video for my YouTube channel calling the election for Trump. I'll be right back. I just want to be the first person on YouTube to call it for Trump.
All right, go ahead, do it.
No, I'm not going to go there just yet. I'm just messing around.
Wonder why there's Fox News is showing Florida as dark red as opposed to. Oh, that's because I clicked on it. Never mind.
With Fox, if it's dark red, that means that they called it, right?
Well, no, all of these are dark red.
The last from NBC that I'm seeing, they have Trump at 209 with 172 to Clinton, so they're still behind the times. Of course, there's always the projected versus actual, so I'm not sure what they're reporting.
This is where Hillary goes in and changes all the freaking numbers and shit.
Did y'all hear they was going to have a big the backdrop or the something about her after party was going to be about a glass ceiling or some shit like that? Did y'all hear about all that?
Mm-mm.
About it was going to be like the ultimate glass ceiling, breaking the glass ceiling, the first woman becoming president. There was going to have some big, I don't know if they were going to have a big sheet of glass or some shit and break in and all that, but they had these huge plans. And then they also had a huge fireworks display planned. Now, please tell me y'all heard about this.
Yeah, she decided not to do it. I heard because
they canceled it.
Yeah,
They
she was
canceled
worried.
it. Yeah, I mean they knew. And I'm not going there yet. I keep saying that, but they canceled the fireworks display, and they kept up the whole glass ceiling thing. But it'd be cool if Donald Trump bought that whole display and crushed that glass ceiling.
All right, so I got some.
Not that I believe that women shouldn't break the glass ceiling and all. I'm not.
Another backtrack.
I got to backtrack on everything tonight. I'm going there. Sorry. I mean,
anyone who knows, a woman and ride the bus. I love you.
I'm just with these chats anymore. I'm just worried there's people that might be sensitive out there. I'm really concerned about that. So most people know me. So fuck it.
Well, if you want to break the glass ceiling, go back to my channel. Look for the Fallageddon. And if you want to see some freaking cussing and some rednecks that's drunk off of their ass and having a good time shooting fireworks, there's your video.
All right, do you guys want some good news or no?
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah, we want good news.
What are you waiting on? Come on.
So the New York Times, again, understanding the source and how hard it is for them to probably do this, is forecasting 305 electoral votes for Trump versus 233 for Clinton.
God bless them.
That's awesome. You know what's going to be, what one of the biggest things is going to be for me is I'm going to feel like I've been wrong for many years and that this shit's been rigged. If Trump wins, I'm going to delete all that out of my head.
You're going to be vindicated.
The voting process actually does work.
You're going to be vindicated, especially moving from California. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the Trump train.
Thanks for letting me join America.
But it's taken something like this to get the American people to wake up. I mean, everybody's kind of known it for how many years, and finally it's getting called out on the carpet, which I'm glad it has. Hopefully we don't stop here. Utah
won.
Yep, Trump got Utah.
That was a given, though. That should be like at 98% or something.
72 to 30.
Well,
close enough.
Well, David has been American Warning. David over here beside me has been preaching and talking. And don't get me wrong, just because if Trump wins, it's not going to be the saving grace of America, but it could be the start of a revolution to save America. We've been preaching and talking about this shit for a long time, and I hope people realize if Trump wins, I'm still going to say if Trump wins, it's going to show that the individual does have a in this republic. And that's what it is. It's a republic We have a choice in this republic. We should be out there voicing our opinions, going to town hall meetings, showing up at the voter booth. If you get called for jury duty, you should fucking do your jury duty. You should be doing everything you can as a citizen of the United States to embrace our Constitution.
What you say? She needs another drink?
We're gonna start calling her the cheerleader.
She's
Hell yeah.
she's talking about inmates voting and shit like that. I don't know, but hey, I do have some breaking news. I just got an email from my manager that runs. I got a life manager guy that runs most of the things in my life. He just told me that Farmageddon went 99.9% Trump, and the 0.1% it was a deer or a rabbit on the property that accidentally voted. So Farmageddon is voted Trump, so that's good.
Hell
That's
yeah.
good. Trump train. Woo, woo.
Better be, or I wouldn't show up.
I was about to say, make sure and point out who voted against Trump. We'll shoot him, the motherfucker.
No shit, we'll get buried and put him in a hole. It'd be simple.
Yeah, it's just wild game getting in there at the last minute. You know how they are.
Don't forget to call Coda Boy and tell him the dates.
Oh, he'll be there. If he's not there, I'm gonna unsub his fucking channel.
You know what? I will too.
We're gonna boycott that son of a bitch.
Yeah, I don't care if it's his freaking anniversary, his firstborn's freaking birthday. If he don't show up next Farmageddon, he's done. We're gonna boycott him.
I mean,
we're gonna blackball his ass from YouTube.
That's right. He's
We're gonna
done.
make videos.
It'll
be like Trump videos against Hillary.
If Tom Olson can drive 26 hours round trip from freaking full-on tyranny to Freedom Land, USA, I mean, everybody should be able to make it, in my opinion. So it's on the line. This will be the one. This will be the one. Because after this year, it's gonna be invitation only. This is the only open session left. That's it. You're either in or you're out. You're either with us or you're against us. That's my campaign speech for Farmageddon.
That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm right here. No shit. That's why we're talking smack.
That goes for you too, Rick.
I already got the date. I'm good.
Tom said he had to crawl under the fence to get out.
I might show up Thursday night just so when you guys show up, I might scare the shit out of you.
I might roll up there Thursday too. Who knows? I'll take the whole damn
Then I got to
week
show
off
up
this
Wednesday. I'm scaring the crap out of you. As soon as you pull in, there's going to be two things of tanner. I'm
going to roll in with the Barrett M82A1 on the hood of my truck.
Out the sunroof.
and a navigator and a freaking spotter. I mean.
All right, so Georgia's looking pretty good, 43.4% to 53.6% on Trump. That'll be good because that's a solid 16.
Yeah, that's good amount of electoral votes right there.
If anybody's watching Fox Live, I don't even understand how this is this close. I mean, I realize that the heavily populated areas are the blue. All of America, except for like little pin dots, basically, of blue is red.
That's where all the people live.
On the west, but
that's why I had to move.
I'm showing on Google that Trump has 216 and Clinton has 197.
Fox projection is Trump 222, Clinton 202.
All right, so everybody should be closed now.
Hey, my grandparents haven't voted yet. They've been only dead for 2 decades, so.
I mean, you know,
Well,
okay.
except for the bottom part of Alaska.
All right, but Blue, listen. Okay, here we gotta have a little talk here. Your state goes Democrat, so if you can still vote on their behalf, I mean, you kind of need to do that going forward until they catch on to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, come on. Are we in this to win it or not? What are we doing here?
I'm right as of right now. PA. Let me check the actual map. The votes in. There's 81% of the votes in. Hillary is at 49.4. Trump is at 47.1.
So your dead grandparents should have voted today. Is kind of what I'm saying. You know?
They may have. I'll have to look.
I mean, there's some homeless dudes around there. You're a cop. I mean, come on. Do we really need to spell this shit out for you, or can we leave it in your hands? Are you good or are you not good? I mean, I can kind of give you some pointers if I need to, but
there's nothing crooked on this side. I don't care how freaking far or how hard I believe, I'd never go crooked.
All right, we'll do this in a private chat one day.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about saving the country. I don't really want to get into the fair and the not fair thing. I want to talk about winning for the country. That's really all I want to talk about.
If it comes down to, I'm pretty sure we can knock down the that 2 point. I'm pretty sure that could happen.
It's good to hear.
I'll tell you,
that's good to hear.
You know what pissed me off today? I was working, and one of the local polls is actually in our building, and drive around that poll. We have 5 different voting districts just in our area. So I went around all of them, but I left. Everything looked fine. I come back, and somebody took the fucking Trump sign out front, like you know how like they have like Trump, Clinton, like they have all of them all laid out. Somebody fucking picked the Trump sign up, crumpled it up, and threw it in the church parking lot. So, of course, right where the signs are at is where we have no video. It's like, you sons of bitches. Because I would fucking hammer that son of a bitch just because, but I can't because we have no proof of who did it.
Now that you really know the law after TR and I had to tell you.
What's that, robot?
Did I robot out?
Yeah.
Remember TR was telling you about the laws of the thing, and you're like, oh, shit.
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Smacked them on the hand and sent them on their way.
And we just had a businessman from a different local jurisdiction who ripped a Trump sign up, and basically it had a couple cuts in it, but he didn't do too much damage to it. And instead of going for that federal law, they opted to charge him with the state law for, what was it, criminal mischief, which is you just basically damage property. And he pled not guilty. The judge heard it and said, wait a minute, you're telling me that you ripped the sign out of you walked onto somebody's yard, you ripped the sign out, and it ended up with bends and everything else. Well, he was able to straighten it up and put it back up. So no harm, no foul. Well, the judge hammered him on it. So he got lucky, but he's still going to fight it. It's like, what the hell?
How's Wisconsin looking?
Where's Wisconsin?
65.8% in, 48.6 to Trump, 46.2 to Clinton.
Yep, I got the same numbers. What, 66.55 reporting. So
yeah, like I said, I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like the deplorables are doing pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Hillary is on trial right now in the voting booth.
Yep.
Nobody would convict that bitch. Nobody would put her in jail. Nobody would go against her, not even the FBI. Trey Gowdy tried to hang that bitch. He couldn't do it, but he tried like hell. I'm jealous he's representing you and not me, but I love that son of a bitch. We might get a little bit of vindication because we might not be able to put her in jail tonight, but we can hand her ass in her own hand. That's what we can do. You know.
Yeah.
So I hope it.
I
hope it comes.
I hadn't looked. I hope like hell. District voted for Trey Gowdy. Trey Gowdy is my representative, and on my ballot, Trey Gowdy was there. I voted for Trey Gowdy. And that, I think, as much as anything, I was so proud that I could vote for Trey Gowdy as much as Trump. I mean, I'm not, Trump is not the fucking savior of America or anything like that, but I was happy to vote for Trump. But the fact that I could vote for fucking Trey Gowdy, I think Trey Gowdy kicks ass. I think he's a fucking boss.
He's the best guy we got.
That guy.
He needs to run for presidency next election.
They're scared to death of him. Everyone that enters the walls of that institution is scared to death of Trey Gowdy. And that's why he's like to me, he's like another little war hero as far as I'm concerned, because he's going to battle every damn day, and he don't give a crap. I mean, he's going to ask you every question that the American people have been thinking, and the media won't ask. He's just straight up in your face, did you kill these free people? I mean, he's just like in your friggin' face with the obvious, and I love that about him. And I'm glad, I'm happy that he's from our state.
Someone put it up in there in the comments. He's going places. You'll see him higher up soon enough.
Yeah, the further he goes, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
I would like to see him on the Supreme Court. I'd like to see Trump win, and then Trump appoint him as the fucking Supreme Court justice.
Where's the Senate going right now, though? Is anybody following that race? I heard we were gonna. Are we? My wife's yelling in the background again. She should be on this chat before me, but are we losing something there?
I think we won the House and the Senate.
All right, that's time to get to work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? And the next thing we need to do is every asshole that said if Trump wins, we're moving out of the country, we need to get their shit and burn it or send it off with them and say, see you later, pay your taxes first, and get the fuck out.
You know what? I almost did a video about that. I was going to title it "The Best Thing About a Trump win would be these fuckheads moving to Canada." But they're not going nowhere. They're all talk. They're not. They're
all the money's here.
They're a bunch of freaking elite pussies. They're not going nowhere.
They should be fucking banned. When you talk shit on America, you should get the fuck out.
Yeah, that's borderline treason. You said you were going to go, and now you're not going to go. But you know what? The people that follow them are mindless freaking Jello freaking cups. They don't have any clue or spine or nothing.
And the next guy that burns a flag, steps on a flag, needs to be hung right in the city that it happened in, so no next jackass doesn't even think about doing it. Good thing I'm not president. There'd be dead bodies everywhere when they're... What do you do? Oh, yeah, fucking hang that dude over there.
Hang that fucker.
Put him on that light pole next to the other guy.
I tell you what, cut him in half and hang him twice. That's what I'm...
Yeah, hang him by his feet and his neck.
All right, we finally got some Florida votes coming in. Just to kind of give you a rundown, there's only 8.85 reporting for the, I said Florida, I meant California. Hillary Clinton is up 59.42 to Trump at 35.75 in California with 8.85 reporting.
Didn't she already win, though?
Yeah, it's close.
You're talking about California, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, California's it's a lost state.
Even the gun owners of California couldn't step up and fucking vote, sign a petition, do the right thing. I mean, even the ones that have a stake in their rights They didn't give a shit. They just blew it off.
Exactly what TR said. They didn't even come close to the numbers they needed, and
No.
they had way more. I don't remember what the numbers were. Say 16 million Second Amendment gun owners, and they couldn't even pull off 200,000 votes or some shit.
Yeah, but I don't think they have the numbers that have the sack. You know what I'm saying? Like Californians are very superficial, and now, let me say this with a little caveat here. Rick, you're not involved in this, what I'm getting ready to say, because I guess you're now.
I was smart. I got the fuck out of there.
But and if I insult anybody out in the chat, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but California is not America. It's it's a shame they even get to have an influence on what this country does, because it's like their own little mini libtard country. It doesn't. And now, if there's any people in the comment section that are straight up conservatives out there, God bless you, and I hope for the best for you. But the majority of people out there, and the state itself, is they're lost. They'll never. It's over. And the sad thing is they just don't know it yet. They're paving their own way to the fucking cemetery. I mean, literally, they're paving their own way to the. It's unbelievable to me. But it doesn't surprise me anymore. It really doesn't, because I've watched enough of this thing happen to where I used to be surprised by the laws that would be created in certain states, and now I'm not surprised anymore at all. Not at all. Especially California.
That's true. It sucks because there's a lot of great people there, but there's a lot more shitheads.
All right, just to give you guys a rundown on PA, since that's one of the swing states, 74.5 are reporting. And this is kind of, now that I'm looking at it, this is kind of what irritates me. Hillary Clinton, 49.32. Donald Trump is 47.17. Johnson is 2.34. Jill Stein, damn it just refreshed. Jill Stein is 0.83. And whoever Daryl Castle is 0.35. So
what state is that again?
State of PA. So we have people that voted, and your vote matters. I mean, I'm not saying that, but however, we have the 2.34 that voted for Gary Johnson, and that 2.34 would have been enough to give us Trump for PA, or at least put it damn near neck and neck.
The good news is that Georgia's swinging pretty high, or pretty high, 74% in so far, 53.7 to Trump, 43.2 for Clinton. It's a 10-point swing.
Hey, Blue, the good news is we don't need you indecisive fuckers. We're going to go with the states that can pull this election off.
I do want to go off on a little bit of a rant on the independent voters. I've been an independent voter for years. Last time I voted Republican, other than today, was for George Bush Jr. And I've had a lot of people on my Facebook page, my Facebook friends, really support Gary Johnson. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. Give me a second. And in any other election, I get it. Vote, independent. That's why I done it. That's why I voted independent. When it was Romney against Obama, McCain against Obama, whoever against fucking Bush or whatever, it really didn't fucking matter. Because we were going to get the same thing, the same result, no matter what. This election has been the most important election in my lifetime. And I had to step away from trying to create a third party. What pisses me off about the people voting third party was the fact that they didn't look at the facts. They didn't look at what was going on. They continued that path of, hey, we need a third party. You know what? I agree with you. We do need a third party. But this election was more important than your fucking agenda to get a third party. Because I've been voting third party for years. But this was different than the last elections in 30 fucking years.
Is you gonna say we won Wisconsin?
Hey, Trump is the third party, y'all.
Exactly.
Don't
exactly.
look now. Trump is the third party. He is the third party because he is not an establishment player. The third party just might pull out a win tonight. Look at it that way. Yeah. I mean, seriously.
Exactly. And Ron Paul, my man, Ron Paul. Boom, Ron Paul. My man was one of the guys that started the movement of breaking up the Republican Party. The Republican Party has been split. And the people that voted for Ron Paul, and I can't speak for all of them, but I can speak for me, are the guys and gals out there voting for fucking Trump because we want a difference in the Republican Party. We wanted somebody different. We wanted somebody that actually fucking represented. I know it's got to here. Fuck it, whatever. We wanted somebody to represent the Constitution. Is Trump the all greatest guy to represent the Constitution? Maybe not, but he is different than the fucking bullshit that we've been getting from the John McCain's, your Lindsey Graham's, your even Newt Gingrich. I mean, these guys do not represent us.
Yeah, Mitt Romney. Fuck.
And there's been a split between the Republican Party, and I'm really happy to see people flourish to Trump. I would rather have been Ron Paul, don't get me wrong, last election, but I'm glad to see the split and the Republicans that have fucking shit on fucking Trump and said, we don't want you. We you know, I support Hillary over you. Fuck you.
Amen, brother. You That's tell him, TR.
Yep.
Tell him, suck it.
But he's right. All these Republicans that are defending Hillary, they're not worried about their party. They're worried about the establishment. So, spot on.
So how many points do we need? Who are we going to get to the points? Let's wrap this shit up. Let's get this fucking W right now. Let's get the win. I'm getting pumped right now. I wish it was daytime so we could blow some shit up.
Oh, I'll tell you. Okay, Pennsylvania, 77.23 are in. Hillary Clinton is at 48.96. Donald Trump has closed that gap to 47.52. So it's like 1.4, roughly.
It's getting close. It's getting close. You may get an invitation to Farmageddon.
You might just get to go, Blue.
These sons of bitches pull this off.
We need your electoral votes.
Now, but there has been a split between the Republican Party, and I'm hoping that when the Tea Party movement started, it kind of got hijacked and took over or whatever. But the Republican Party has gone through a split. And that could be a bad thing or it could be a good thing. I mean, for me, I thought it was a good thing because your people that really, truly wanted constitutional values, should get out there and make their voice heard and split up this bullshit of the establishment. And that's what we're seeing with the people supporting Trump. Like I said, I don't think Trump is the best person for constitutional law, but he's at least anti-establishment. He's not your John McCain, your Lindsey Graham, which is one of my senators, and I'm so shameful for that. I'm sorry, America. Lindsey Graham is a senator from South Carolina. It's not my fault. I vote against him every fucking time, but
he's a piece of garbage.
Yeah, he is.
I left him some serious hate mail over the last few years. I'm on a watch list. Fuck him.
I think we all are.
I'm on a special watch list. Trust me.
Oh.
Yeah. I
want
that fucker to know where I'm at. That way we can get this shit over quick.
Tim Scott was on my. I said I voted against him, but I really don't because he's not on my. He's not my senator. Tim Scott is my senator.
Yeah, I got Tim Scott down here too. He's good. He's a good man.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Jim DeMint was an awesome guy. He stepped down and gave the seat to Tim Scott without an election. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the first time. Is it the first time we voted for Tim Scott?
I believe it's the second time after he got the seat. Yeah. No, he gets reconfirmed for. He gets reconfirmed for a reason. I mean,
he just went Georgia, confirming Georgia.
Georgia.
You want to take over this chat?
You should.
What?
Nothing.
That's right. That's what a smart husband says right there. Nothing.
Anyway, she just called Georgia, I guess. I mean, was that it? Was that in play?
That was perfect.
I'm glad I voted for Trump. I might get some tonight.
Good for you. Now, Tim Scott, I everything I've seen from him, I like him. Like I said, Trey Gowdy is my representative, and on my ballot, Tim Scott was on it. And like I said, he took the seat from, he didn't take it from it. Jim DeMint actually gave him the seat. And Jim DeMint, he's not in the game anymore or whatever, but he was a guy that my boss at the time, while he was still senator, my boss went to a funeral for a serviceman and come back from wherever, the Middle East, come back in a casket. Come back in a casket. Jim DeMint, a United States senator, showed up to the funeral, and I don't know, it just kind of breaks me up anyway. Went there to the funeral, went to the service, sat through it, never said a damn word to anybody. And my boss went to him because he recognized who he was, and went up to him and shook his hand. And at the time, my boss was a retired warrant officer in the Army, and he went up to Jim DeMint and shook his hand and said, "Well, it's good to see you here, sir," and blah blah blah, and this and that, and he's like, "Well, why didn't you get up and speak?" And Jim DeMint said, "About any fame or fortune or anything like that." I don't know what he said, but this is what my boss told me. I'm paraphrasing. He said, "I'm just here to respect the family and their loss. This is not about me. This is not about making a speech." And I gained a lot of respect for that man after hearing that story. I'm sure there was more to it, but that was just summing it up, and he gave his seat up to Tim Scott, and Tim Scott has been doing a great job. And I don't know. I think South Carolina has a great representation of the people of America, especially our state.
No doubt. I have vetted that man personally, and he has my endorsement. So take it for what it's worth.
Yeah, as far as the comments out there, I'm sorry I hadn't paid any freaking attention to it whatsoever. I've been paying attention to the conversation going on. So
after your last video, I've been trying to keep up with the stuff. I've been trying to throw something out there every now and then. But you're right, man. It's so hard to do. I don't know how you. And I said in my comment, I don't know how you do it all, but anyway.
Well, normally I do keep up with it better than I do tonight, but tonight I'm a little bit too emotional about the election going on, and I'm just not paying attention to it. So I kind of
I've been watching a little bit. I don't think anyone's asked any questions that, or I don't think anyone's said anything or asked anything that need your that are dire. So I think it's all been just voting stuff, which I love. I'm looking at a lot of people putting stuff out there, and you're right, the comments are flowing, but every now and then you'll get a little jewel. Someone's calling something, someone's saying something. It's good because these are like boots on the ground people out there that are watching their local news or watching the live feed or something before we're getting it. So it's pretty awesome. This is great. Man, 78 people watching right now. Dude, that's awesome. That's freaking stellar.
Yeah, we have a big audience here, and I thank all of you. Like I said in my previous video, I'm sorry if I missed your chats, your comments, and tonight I'll be honest with you. Normally, I really pay attention to them. I'm not paying attention to them as much as I normally do, just because we have a really good conversation going on. But guys and gals, I do appreciate coming by. I really do. And I'm just, my adrenaline is just pumping too fucking much. Being that I am so much into the political scene, I'm freaking head first into it, and I don't know what happened to Rick.
We gotta get Michigan now.
Yeah, the internet might have grabbed Rick. I don't know.
Yeah.
Michigan 64.18 reporting. Donald Trump is still ahead 48.04 to 46.87.
According to Google, this is just Google. This is the only one I got pulled up. Trump's at 232, Clinton at 209. So Trump's still leading. So we'll see.
Pennsylvania is closing the gap. Damn it. Every time I search, it refreshes. 78.76 reporting. Hillary is at 48.8 and Trump is at 47.6. So we're closing the gap. PA might pull it off. Come on, guys. I mean, I realize the voting's already been over. They're just counting it, but
There's Johnny Master Arms done out there. 254 Trump, 209 Clinton. It's looking good.
all right, what's the magical number for the electoral votes?
270. 270.
Yeah, because there was that possibility it would come down to a 269 split or something.
Yeah.
We're still ahead on Michigan there to live for wild, so we're still doing good with that. So I'm telling you, PA, God, we still got 22% of the vote still left to be counted. So I'm not counting out PA yet.
Well, Blue, if you do come down for Farmageddon, this is just me. I'm going to speak out of the box here. You don't even have to bring a firearm. I'll provide you the firearms and all the ammunition, and I'm sure Pops will vouch for me on that and throw in whatever.
Yeah. There's as far as the 3-gun, we might even do that again. There was several rifles on the table you could just pick up and use. You might want to bring a pistol, but the skeet shooting, everyone used the same shotgun, and I'm thinking about doing that again because that was so much fun. And then opening up the long range table to people that want to do long range, and then setting up the skeet field for people that just want to do that. But man, the 3-gun was the most fun I've had there since I've owned the property. I mean, it's the way to go with people that want to really experience it all. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, I know it wasn't technically a 3-gun competition as far as the way they do 3-gun competition, because we was actually shooting the skeet, and they don't do that shit when they actually do 3-gun competition.
Well, no, but in 3-gun, you can set it up any way you want. There's no real rules to it. You just have to use the 3 guns. That's why they call it a 3-gun. So
that's true.
We just did. That was a Farmageddon 3-gun. That's all it was. So
it was fucking awesome. I had so much fun doing that, or at least trying to do it. That definitely was
my own guns except for the shotgun, because I don't have a skeet shooting shotgun. I just have home defense type shotguns. But yeah, I don't want to say hold a record, but I want to have my guns in my car and get stopped by the police, because it's kind of like the game of life. Like whenever you roll the 10, or if you're the police officer and you spin the 10, you usually get or if you're not the police officer and you roll a 10, you get a speeding ticket. But if you are the police officer, you don't get a ticket. I want to kind of press my luck on that.
Well, what is your issue of bringing guns in the car? I mean, there's no issue, is there?
With my certifications, I have zero issues. I could do whatever. I don't want to say I can do whatever I want, but
you're fine. Just load the trunk full of fucking guns and ammo and come south. You'll be fine.
Unless I take a wrong turn and end up in Mexico, I should be okay.
I've had some guys talk about coming from out west, and they're like, well, I'm going to have to fly. And I'm like, listen, if you fly and come to Farmageddon, I will give you every fucking bullet I own, every gun. You can do whatever you want with it. I just appreciate you being here. No one's capitalized on that yet, but But the same goes for anybody that can't bring something. It's already there. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's the only reason. That's the only reason I said that, Blue, is if in case you want to fly down instead of drive. That was it. You know, if you ended up flying and didn't want to try to, you know, take firearms with you, I got you back.
Yeah,
but if you drive down, put that shit in your trunk and come on down.
Yeah. This pig don't fly, so. I've been in an airplane once, and that was to go to Florida and back, and I hope I never have to do it again.
Hey, Tom says we should try a 4-gun competition. What would be the 4th gun? I'm going to have to get him to leave a comment here.
Sniper rifle.
Okay, so we got a pistol, we got the shotgun, the rifle, and the pistol.
No, it's sniper rifle, like a 250 or 300-yard shot to start it off. Bam.
No, maybe it's a sling. Maybe we use slingshots or something. I don't know. Maybe we should throw rocks. You have to throw rocks and hit a zombie, and then it goes. Yeah, the 50 cal. Yeah, okay. The bazooka. He says bazooka. I don't have any bazookas. But I might by then. You never know. I mean, now that I'm not going to say it. I was going to say something about the election.
Right, I got to ask David, what the hell is he thinking about? Because he looks deep in thought. I mean, he's looking at something pretty intent.
We need 16 more, and I'm looking across the board. It's looking good, but it's not perfect yet. So PA keeps swinging. Michigan looks promising, which would be the 16 we need. But it's a close one.
Like I said, it'll be close. I don't care how bad Hillary has been. Rigged or not, it'll always be close. It'll be
We were 1 point away. Yeah, 1 point. 1 point behind Hillary and PA. Oh, it just refreshed. Let me recheck that. Literally, like, God, it's like 1.02% in PA, and we still have 20% of the votes to come in. So we've done nothing but gain ground, because whenever I think we started this off, PA was 10 points behind on Trump, at least 10 points behind. We're less than just over 1%. So, man, if anybody out in the chat rooms from PA, I hope you sons of bitches voted the right way.
Yeah, put that. You gotta add that on the end. You know what Mule Team says? Y'all hear the end of his last couple videos? He says you vote from the what was it, the ballot box? Oh man, I forget. Damn it. But his last one was like, the last thing you do is you vote from the cartridge box. It was a whole thing he did at the end. It's kind of funny, but it's kind of true too. It's crazy.
Well, that's what we are hoping not to do. You know, I'd rather cast a ballot on paper or in my fucking state, freaking electronic voting. But the last vote, if needed, would be from the cartridge box. And we can only hope we don't get to that point. I got a feeling eventually it's going to get to that point. And that's why I hope Hillary don't get in there, because that day would come sooner than we won't. I hate to be that fucking cynical about it, but
Yeah, no, it's going to be obvious at some point in time. Maybe not in the next 4 years if things go well.
Yeah.
So, as we're almost an hour away from our last update, what's the futures looking like now? Do we have an update on that? So it's almost like at this point the deal should be sealed as far as like Vegas and Wall Street. They're going to be the indicators this late in the game.
Yeah, in some regard. Pull that back up.
And Stump Greenwood wants to know, what was his question? Hang on, while you're looking that up. He wants to know if he can bring the 37 millimeter. Now, I don't know what a 37 millimeter really is, but yeah, you can bring that shit. You can bring 2 of them if you have it. 37 millimeter what? But either way, yeah, you can bring it.
Right now, futures are looking at negative 780.
Holy shit! Damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's close to a done deal. I'm not going to call it yet, but
Well, Trump is less than 1 point from PA. Less than 1 point. And we still have damn near 20% to come in. All right, David, I know you're looking at the polls and stuff, but is the stock market doing anything like, is it fluxing at all with the closer we get, or is it still pretty much holding steady from what you last announced?
Yeah, I mean, it's been fluxing all night, but, right now it seems to be wavering between 780 and it's 783 now, 784, 785.
you and I had the same question, Blue.
So, and then it'll drop down by 5-10 points and start over, but
Pops, is the wife singing?
She just right now she's on the phone with her sister, so they're chatting it up big time. And unfortunately, because this part of the house isn't really totally finished, it echoes really bad through here. But she's enthusiastic right now. I ain't gonna lie. She's ready to call it, and she's got her blanket pulled up. She's in the lounger. She ain't going to bed. I mean, she's gonna watch the TV till every freaking. I mean, she'll probably be up when I wake up in the morning. To be honest with you, she's not going to bed until every network calls it for whatever. God bless her. I can go to bed whenever I get tired. I can get tired and go to bed whenever. But she's screaming in there now, y'all. Holy crap! But anyway.
You need to bring her in for a live feed of what she feels is going on.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that actually. She wouldn't give a shit, but I'm not gonna walk the. I'd have to take this to there. I'm not gonna. She wouldn't bring that to here. So.
Yeah, and that's what needs to happen. You don't go there. She needs to come here to fill in the YouTube how she really feels about what's going on.
No, I'll walk it in there. See what happens. Hang on. Let's go interview the wife. We'll see how this goes down. Hey, wife. Hey, hey, wife. Hey, they want to interview you on this chat. They want to know your opinion.
Hold on. Hey, I'm on the phone with my sister.
She's on the phone with her sister. So.
My cousin lives in Flint, Michigan, and she just texted me and said Michigan is going to put Trump over the top.
Hell yeah.
She says, from what grounds roots, she says that she feels Michigan is going to put him over the top.
And we have who's on the phone?
My sister Colleen, who lives here in Charleston. We've been texting all night long, but we're just. Oh wait, Colleen has an update. What, Colleen? What? Oh. Colleen is an educator and teacher still in Charleston in South Carolina, and should be a Democrat, but she's a Republican. Yay, Colleen. Trump all the way. Trump trade! But anyway, yeah, we're excited. Yay!
All right, so y'all heard it. Y'all heard it from the wife. She's the one cackling in the background. So.
What you want to know? What's impressive? You had to.
If I brought the camera over to my wife, she'd have freaked out and shot my ass.
That was
You
like
let her. You give her guns?
Well, yeah.
That was like a 20-second walk through your house to get to where she's at. But whenever you're sitting where you're at compared to where she's at, sounds like she's in the next fucking room.
I'm in the west. Yeah, I'm in the west wing compared to where she's at, but she has a way of making herself heard.
Hey, since my computer went to shit in a handbasket, what are we looking at in numbers?
It's still the same on Fox, 254 to 209. The latest in from Pennsylvania, we are well within 1 point. It is 48.5 for Hillary, 47.8 for Trump. So we could still pull this shit off in PA. And if that happens, you're paying for, well, I was going to say you're going to pay for my plane ticket, but I don't fly, so never mind.
So we need
just a couple ticks.
Oh, shit. I was about to say goodnight to David, but he done peeled out. Sorry. Anyway, I'm happy that David come in here. That's one intelligent son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen anybody that could explain something. So, I mean, in the way he explains stuff, even though he's biased toward one point or another, you would never know it by the way he talks because it's just flat across the board. This is just the way I see it. This is what's going on. So, agree with me or not. There's no, I'm pissed that you don't agree with me. I mean, it's just bam. I like when he pops in. He's
very factual, and that's it. So
yeah.
You can't argue the facts. Like the truth, I've always said the truth has no agenda, right? So if you just concentrate on the facts and the truth, you don't really have to sell anything. You just have to lay it out there and be done with it.
I hate going back to PA, but it's where I'm from. It just refreshed. Clinton, 48.26. Trump, 48.18.
Hey, how many electoral votes there?
I don't know. I just live here.
Well, it sounds like Jay-Z's saying we need
but didn't they already call your state for Clinton?
No. Well, for the actual Electoral College website, right now they haven't called anything. It's still in favor of Clinton, but they have not called it either way. Okay,
so the major news networks have you for Clinton, basically. They've called it.
All right. Just refreshed again. Clinton. I'm just going to – we're making a comeback. I'm not even going to do the percentage. I'm just going to do the point. Clinton is they're on the same 48%. Clinton, 0.26. Trump, 0.18.
Wow. Well, the reason is all the rural areas are conservative, and they always report later because they have to put that shit on a horse and buggy and take it to the fucking capital.
But you're speaking the truth. You're speaking the truth.
No, it's not like that, but it is kind of like that in a way. The rural areas always report last, and they always go conservative because the rural areas of any state are the most conservative,
gun-loving,
best
awesome
people
people around.
on the fucking planet that we live.
That's
so.
right.
So
Amen.
my vote hasn't hit yet. But I mean, I realize all that, but I mean, we're looking at the state of Idaho, which is one state over from the West Coast. They're voting according to the Electoral College. It's done. They've only got 20% in, but they've already given it to Trump. Our votes were done, let's see here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 hours ago in Pennsylvania, and we still don't have an answer.
Madonna's going to have to suck a lot of dick for a non-win. I think that's the worst part about it. You know, she promised everyone a blowjob, so I hope those guys line up and get it done, even though, I'm not saying nothing. I'm leaving it out there, but she did offer a blowjob if you voted for Clinton. This is not me being crude. This is her words that she would, give you a blowjob if you voted for Hillary Clinton. So.
Yeah, in South Carolina, I was so confident that South Carolina was going to go Trump. I really thought about voting for Hillary just to get a blowjob from Madonna.
I got a funny feeling she's not gonna be, just like any other Democrat. They're not gonna be a person of their word. So whatever.
Yeah, there you go. That was the other thing is like, if I sent her a picture of me voting for Hillary, I didn't really freaking expect her to live up to her word. So I was like, nah, I gotta vote Trump.
You got to be able to sleep at night, TR.
Yeah, that's true too.
Oh, the ranting Hicks said that Madonna already backed out of that. Why was she back? I mean, how do you back out of that? Once you say it, it's kind of done, right? I mean, that'd be like me saying I'm going to vote, like vote for. Go. Oh wait, I want to change my mind. No, it's too late. You went down that road.
Well, we're all people of our word, and once you say your word, it's done.
Yeah, was like 40-something people said they're going to move to Canada if Trump wins. It's like 40.
They better too. I'm telling you, I'm
gonna fucking drive to California and offer to load their shit up. Is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fucking show up at their house with a U-Haul truck, going, "Come on, bitch, let's roll."
Guess what? Trump in Pennsylvania just went ahead, 48.32 to 48.13. I am now officially a red fucking state.
God bless the farmers. Yeah,
and
God
you get
bless
to go to Farmageddon. That's the best part.
Nice.
Yep, you get a ticket.
209. Charlie lives.
If your state does go red, I will fucking buy all your ammo. Period.
You mean my 2 ounces of silverback? No, I'm just kidding.
And mine turned red.
Yeah, we'll load them up in a shotgun. And fucking
mine turned red.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, dude.
I'm just
really
kidding, man. I'm just excited.
You're the hardest person to nail down. Huh?
This red hat, red shirt. This is how I showed up.
I'm in black. I was expecting a pity party, so I'm all in black guns matter.
Black guns matter.
Well, you could provide Brick with all the ammo you want because his gun's a fucking jam-o-matic. That son of a bitch won't shoot like 2 or 3 rounds and jam any fucking way. So
I got some special. I got some special reloads for him. Don't worry.
I would stop you if you were lying, but you're not lying.
What's he? He's
it's
40
reloads,
cal.
It's not 40. The gun. It's not the gun, guys. It's my reloads. I'm still
40,
learning.
40 cal. I got some special ammo for him. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I do rig shit. Yep, I do. I'm gonna rig the shit out of that. I'm gonna dump a bunch of 40 cal ammo on the table, and he's gonna think it's his, and that shit's gonna be loaded with like 2 grains of freaking rifle powder. It's gonna make your life miserable.
Hey, you know what? I'm just glad you have till April to be the champ. That's all.
Dude, I'm gonna be like that dude from Smith and Wesson. What's his name? The guy that Lick or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like you're gonna be like, holy shit, that looks like Jerry. I'm gonna get a little work done to my face and everything, and
Arizona.
Just shoot like him. You don't have to look like him.
Oh wait, no, it didn't just turn red, but Arizona is red.
by the way, this year we're doing Barrett M82A1s off the bench. You got to freehand it this year, so it's going to be a little more difficult.
That's part of the 3-gun.
It's going to be offhand. You can't bench rest it. And
I can't wait to run. I can't wait to run some trials. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have so much fun.
Yeah, wasn't there
sucks,
some? Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, what sucks is we got all these things. You'd be surprised how fast the day goes by. It's like we want to do this and this and this and this, and by the end of the day, you know, we're fucking wore out, and we hadn't done half of the shit that we wanted to do. It's like, fuck it, let's do supper and pop a beer.
Yeah, but at that time, you don't really give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You got a smile from friggin' ear to ear, and then 1 a.m. shows up, and we bring I still have I still have that Goliath package. I still got 30 fucking mortars left over to do the Farmageddon with. So we'll blow off some fireworks there too. It'll be fun. Disneyland. It'll be like Disneyland. What was TR's brand?
Hey, I'm going to try to shoot that shit in the air before it blows up.
Yeah, fucking hit it with a shotgun. That's fine.
I'll fucking shoot that stuff. You're gonna hear
that video is posted, and if you want to see some drunk rednecks having a good time with some fireworks, go back and look at my videos. It's on there, and trust me, we were all inebriated beyond belief.
Abbreviated.
You're abbreviated. Hey, it's Buckron's birthday.
I didn't realize you posted it because I had watched it when it was private, and I guess it caught it as a view, so it didn't alert me when you posted it. But I went back and watched it, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, and like I said, I got 3 times that many for Farmageddon, so it's gonna be good.
God, I can't believe we might have a real president, or at least one that I wouldn't mind claiming.
Yeah, it's been a while.
All right, guys, not to be the naysayer.
No way. Don't
No,
even say it.
I got to do it. Trump gets elected.
Oh, I
How
thought you were
long?
going to say I'm going to go to bed.
No. How long until there's an assassination attempt?
That's what I said 8 years ago. I would have guaranteed it. I would have bet my fucking left ball on that somebody from some southern region area would have shot.
Well, yeah.
So somebody would have, but
Yeah,
guess what?
I don't want to see it happen, but it's one of the things. This is such a heated.
No, they're gonna burn down the local fucking Walmart and take TVs. They're not gonna go get serious.
You know what? Honestly, guys, if we lost Trump to I've almost said a suicide, to a
Hillary
assassination, we got Pence. The dude's fucking smart. He's going to be a great president. We got backup.
Yeah, that sounds good. I don't see where they need to really kill him off. I mean, but don't get me wrong. Maybe I shouldn't say this out here in public where this shit's being recorded, but the fuckers have been known to do it before, so I don't know. We'll just have to see. I think there's so many more spotlights on what's going on now versus then that they can't. And I'm not going to say they can't, because they can do anything. I don't know. I'm just going to shut up now. I don't want to talk about it.
But it's a reality. I mean, it really is. I mean, I agree with what I agree with what Rick said.
It is a reality. That's why the reality is you got to be ready to go. I mean, you got to be ready to do what you got to do because, I mean, the reality is the government's fucking offing people, right? I mean, that shit's not right, you know? So I should probably stop now, but
well, I'll say it for you, Pops. If they didn't assassinate Obama, and there again, when you say it like that, he was part of the plan. But if Obama wasn't assassinated, I really don't see Trump being assassinated. But that being said, Obama was a puppet on a string. And that's what fucking scared the shit out of the establishment, that Trump has no strings. He is not a puppet. He's going to get up there and do whatever the fuck he wants. So, in that sense, he could be assassinated. But I don't think he will be.
All right, guys, I got bad news. Bad news. Michigan has closed the gap significantly. Almost 75% has reported, and Trump is ahead. God damn, it automatically refreshes. I'm not doing that on purpose. Trump is ahead by, well, it's 47 point. Trump is ahead 0.71 to Hillary's 0.15. The good news, Pennsylvania, come on, make it red. It's not making it red yet. 94% are in. Trump is ahead. Again, it's 48%. Trump 0.32 to Clinton's 0.13. So it's still neck and neck.
Well,
1% spread.
That just goes to show you that half of America is fucking retarded and got their head buried in the fucking sand.
Exactly, sir.
yeah, they're dumb as a box of fucking hammers. I mean,
the worst thing they can come out with on Trump is like, oh, he degrades women. He talked about grabbing them in the pussy. And that same woman that the audio clip come out about, later, a few minutes later of that audio clip, she jumped in between Trump and the Bush, I forget which one it was, and was still flirting with him. She was still shaking her ass at him and wanting him to poke and probe and shit like that to her. And that's the worst they can come up with. The worst. Clinton can fucking be financed by the people financing ISIS, send freaking classified, top secret emails, have her maid copy the emails, have her maid fucking fax top secret information, and liberals will just blow it off and like, well, it's okay. The FBI said it was okay. But Trump,
half of those people would vote for her.
a woman's ass.
Most of those people would vote for her if she was in prison.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Most of the people that voted for her were in prison.
Yeah, yeah, they would go both ways. I'm not joking either. I mean, there are certain people that are just like, no. I mean, they're stone-headed, uneducated shit bags of fucking whatever. But they would vote for her in prison. Like, she could be in prison, and they would still vote for her. That's how bad it is. And I don't know where this whole Anthony Weiner and this other bitch that right hand shithead, but I hope that you never hear nothing about them because they go to prison, And Hillary, I want her to fucking be tried for treason, and you know how we do that in this country. But at the very least, those people need to be dealt with big time. You know, and I don't know, maybe the FBI director, I know we give him a lot of heat because of the latest thing, but I don't know, maybe he understands what's going on. You know, I don't know. Tomorrow will tell. The next day will tell. The day after that will tell. Don't ever call things like you think they are, because when it comes to politics, they never are what you think they are. It never is. It's always some freaking shit. It's never. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's never what you think it is. It's always something else. But anyway.
Yeah.
How can Trump only be ahead by 4 points in Arizona, the most pro Second Amendment state in the nation?
Here we go again with that map that I've been using all night. Trump is at, God damn it, guess what? Refresh. But anyway, Trump 49.37, Hillary at 45.74 with 65% reporting. So they still have about 35% to go, but Trump's ahead by 4 in Arizona.
Why are you, I got one question. Why are you fuckers so slow to report up there?
In PA?
Yeah.
Because the Amish buggies don't really go that fast at night, and it's been raining here all day, so.
Yeah, you're the one that had the answer, Rob.
You fuckers need to get golf carts or something, scooters.
Ooh, shit.
Fuck, a bicycle would be faster.
Jesus Christ.
Pennsylvania just updated, and it's not bad, but it's God damn it, just updated again. Trump is ahead. There's 95% in. Trump is ahead 48.24 to Clinton's 48.2 in Pennsylvania.
Jesus, that's close. 0.4 is what's separating them?
And 2.38 of these assholes voted for Gary Johnson.
Yeah, wasted fucking votes.
Yeah, I meant to do a rant on that bullshit.
Yeah,
too.
you know what, TR, I was fixing to, I'll double down on you on that. The whole Gary Johnson thing, the last few elections, I could see it, but this one, you can, I mean, I don't know any other way to say it, but he just is completely a fucking idiot. I mean, and his running mate was for some sort of a gun control or something based on what I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not. But how the hell he got the votes he got is just freaking beyond me. I don't get it. It's not like those votes are going Democrat. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I voted for Gary Johnson last time. But he went full fucking retard between 2012 and this time. And
exactly. I don't get that.
And there's a time and place to vote third party. I voted third party for several elections.
Yeah, it wasn't this one.
But not this one.
This wasn't the year to do that shit.
No. And I'm pissed off at the people that want to vote third party. God damn it, I got the hiccups. I'm pissed off at the people that want to vote third party this election. Last election, you know, or the elections before that. Fine, vote third party. I see your point.
This election is not the election to like make a point, right? This election was the election to really let people know that the establishment can go fuck themselves, basically.
Exactly.
And I'm assuming at this time of night there's no kids watching, but I mean, you're right. There was a time where Libertarian Party or third party or whatnot might have been an option, but at this point in the game, you either vote for Hillary or you vote against her, and you pick the guy that can win against her, or you don't, or your vote's lost. lost. I mean, I've made videos publicly on YouTube saying that it's, you know, that's bullshit, and I totally retract that now. I really do. I mean, I'll be the first to admit that this election was the one election that proved me wrong in those ways. But when you look at Mitt Romney, the douchebag loser that he was, I mean, that was my place back then. But with Donald Trump, it's different. So I'll say that was the delta, you know. But there's only one way to vote if you don't want to have fucking Hillary for 4 more years. There was only one vote today, and people that chose the other option can suck it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. I didn't vote for Romney. I didn't vote for McCain. I didn't vote for Bush Jr. his last election. All of those elections. But this election, even though I voted third party, all those other elections, this one is like, fuck it, Trump. To be honest, I don't give a shit who was free. I would have voted Republican to keep Hillary out of office. And I'm really happy that it's Trump. Somebody different, somebody out of the box, somebody that may change up the damn system, somebody that even the Republicans don't fucking like. If this will be so fucking awesome if we can actually get Trump in the office. Don't like him, the Republicans don't like him, the fucking media don't like him, the fucking written press don't like him. This will be a landmark fucking win for us, because then we can make some change.
This, if Trump wins, this is a year where we say fuck you to the establishment and the people come first.
But here's the thing. How is Trump going to get anything done as a president when everybody that's in politics hates his ass? This will be where, going forward the next 4 years, if the Republicans keep a hold of everything in Congress and nothing gets done, that is the moment in time that you know to build a fucking bunker. Because the Republican establishment hates him. The Democrats hates him. We know that.
They hate him till tomorrow.
Right. But here's the thing. If he wins, he really truly is the third party if nobody cooperates with him. Now let's see what he suggests or puts up for vote, and this and that and the other thing, and let's see how the Republicans, let's just see how they react. And if they react with denial, well then, boys, I hate to tell you,
we are set up for world change, though, Rob. We have the House, we have the Senate, get Trump in there.
But you have a third-party president.
No, he's still I know what you're saying. But after tomorrow, when he wins,
running on a Republican ticket, but he is not the Republican Party.
But those people are going to be bending over backwards because they know they're going to have to get to work, do their job, because there's no more fucking around. And then we're going to send.
No, you forgot about the politics of it all.
See this? He's going to put the hammer down.
No, he can't do shit. He can't do jack shit without them. And that's what they're going to do. When he gets elected, they're going to snub their nose and they're going to fuck him over. And then we're going to have to, then shit's going to really get real. And I don't know. This is, if he does win, that's only the first step. Then you got to get those other freaking establishment assholes to actually roll with him, which is going to be the hardest thing. In my opinion, in my dumbass opinion.
I see where you're coming from, Rob, and I agree with you. The hardcore Republicans and Democrats are not gonna fucking work with them. But if Trump gets in, he can change the dynamics of what the Republican Party is. We can actually vote in constitutional, and I know Trump is not actually up on the Constitution. I've seen some shit he said that was anti-Constitution, and he didn't freaking know it. But the Republican Party has been split, and if he wins the president, if he wins,
Yeah. Let me tell you what I think. Let me tell you what I think is going to happen. If he wins, he will use the pulpit to call these fuckers out and say, I propose this, I propose that, and this and that and the other thing. And he's going to barrage those bastards with so much shit. And they're going to have to vote on it. And their vote is going to come up either yes or no or whatnot. But those guys are going to be like the board, right? He's going to be like the chairman, and they're going to be like the board. And if he proposes something and he puts it out there and he gets it to vote, and if they vote down on it, he's going to come back and he's going to say, these son of bitches right here voted against me, and the reason I wanted to get this done was to do this, 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 and this. And to make America great again, I wanted to do this, this, and this, and this. And these guys, and he's going to call them out by name. Businessman, he's going to go, that guy right there, that guy right there, that guy right there, they all voted against it. Now, you guys in those states, you need to go change their mind. And he's going to come at them hard. He's going to work this shit like a business. He's going to say, and next thing I'm going to do is propose this. And you American people, get ready, because your representatives are probably going to go this. He's going to go totally rogue. He's going to operate on his own. He's going to operate like a businessman, and he's going to call those son of bitches out. I hope he's doing like he's doing, because he's going to get some pushback at first. But then once he really lets them hold it, I think he's going to start showing people, hey, there's one way, there's my way or the fucking highway. And I'm just predicting, so that's bullshit, but I'm just saying, if I was in his shoes, that's probably how I'd let it roll.
Yeah, I agree, and I think in the he'll do that, and what I think will happen is in 2 years afterwards, let's just say Trump wins and he starts paving a way, you'll see more representatives, more congressmen that are thinking that way. And people will fucking go that way. They will start voting their conscience. This guy actually worries about the Constitution. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it'll set a trend. That would be an amazing thing. That would be awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Time will tell. Time will tell. Yeah.
All right, it's time for an update.
Yes.
6 asked for it, so we're going to give it to you. Pennsylvania, 95.66 are in. Trump is up 48.25 to Clinton at 48.2. We'll switch to Michigan. Michigan, 79% are in. Trump is up by 1 point, 47 to 46. The Arizona, which everybody's talking about Arizona, Trump is up by damn near 4 points with 72% reporting. So
that's done.
It's not done.
All right. Well,
it's close.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's all going to come down to, I'm hoping all those rural late posting are all freaking conservative. You know what I'm saying? Which which that's usually the trend. So we'll see.
But
The conservative vote always comes in towards the end. So
as of right now, we have undecided Maine with Hillary up. We have Vermont.
Maine only gets like one vote though, or three. I'm sorry, three.
Right.
Three. Yeah.
Vermont is up with Hillary. Wait. My bad. New Hampshire is up with Trump. PA is up with Trump. Michigan up with Trump. Wisconsin up with Trump. Arizona up with Trump. Those are the undecided. So, and it just refreshed and it doesn't look like anything changed.
So, do we still need just 17 points?
Yes. According to CNN, Trump is at 254. Clinton is at 215. Or I'm according to Fox, not CNN.
Whew. This could be. This is history, folks. A word from our sponsor.
Brought to you by Captain Morgan, the liquor of champions.
Good thing TR has his arm on his chin, or he'd be fucking sleeping right now.
Y'all see my cup there?
That's not as tactical as the other one.
That's off the sailboat Big Booty. Bunch of strippers used to run a sailboat. And pretty awesome.
Freaking PA is at 0.3% different. Still at Trump. But damn. We need to go out and I need to go out to Lancaster County and start whipping them horses in the ass so that we can get them votes in.
I told you to get your all your freaking legacy people to vote, man. I told you that 2 hours ago. You could have been there, done that, and been back into the chat by now.
You said that 2 hours ago, but yet we went from a blue state to a red state. So I'm just saying.
Congratulations.
Actions, not words. Actions. We need those dead Republicans to vote, man. Come on.
And I must say, TR, congratulations on an awesome chat. You were up to almost, I didn't see it break the 80 mark. I'm sure it was probably damn close, but we're hovering around the 1 a.m. mark, and you're still at 71. So, damn.
That's awesome. Let's hit the thumb up. Bam.
I gotta work tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I got to work tomorrow too. I'm just wondering how much work I'm going to get done.
I figured by 11 o'clock we would have figured out who won this election. I guess I was wrong because we don't know yet, and I'm fucking tired as hell, and I'm about to go to bed.
I don't blame you. I might go to bed too. I don't know if I.
Yeah. Anyway, because actually this is let me look at that. A 3-hour chat. Normally I just do 2-hour chats.
This is a special.
Yeah,
but I'm fucking tired as fuck, and I
Yeah,
gotta go to bed.
dude, listen, if you
you're
got to
tired,
work,
end it.
yeah, don't drag it on for us. I mean, if you got to go to bed, go to bed.
Yeah.
Trust me, I got to go to bed too. I got some flexibility built in, but I'm right there with you.
All right, well, let's go ahead and end this. Like I said, I was hoping we could call the winner.
I'm gonna call it. I'm calling it for Trump.
I'm calling for Trump too. I'm calling for Trump. He won Ohio, so that's a given.
If Trump doesn't win, I'll give away some free shit on my channel. But I'm calling it for Trump right now.
Giving some free shit away. I sure hope so. God, this would be awesome.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it, but fuck it, why not? You know, whatever.
Yeah. Well, Blue 823, do you have anything to say before we jump off here?
The only thing I have to say is PA went from a red state or from a blue state to a red state, and as it just refreshed, Trump is ahead 48.45 to 47.99 with 96.36 reporting. So that's a good sign. In Arizona, Trump's 4 points ahead with about 25% to still come in. So I don't know. Hopefully, whenever I wake up in the morning, there is riots in the big cities because Trump became president, and we'll work this out. So great chat, TR. I mean, this is for your chats. This has got to go down as almost historical. I mean, damn, this is awesome. So thanks for the invite, and we'll catch everybody next time.
I agree. I was hoping we could name the winner before now, but like I said, it's damn near 1 o'clock, and I got to get up at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work. Pop's Quest, Rob, you got any closing statements?
No, go to bed.
Yeah. How about you, Rick?
I'm just hoping for a historic night. I'm hoping it works out for us. And there was a lot of great people in here, a lot of new names. So hopefully we see you around. Hopefully you subscribe to TR. You guys have a good one. Appreciate it. Good luck. Hope America wins tonight.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking for, is a victory for freedom, for a chance of us saving this fucking democracy that we do have, this republic that we have. It's not a democracy, as a republic. Oh shit, I'm fucking wore out. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming by. I appreciate you commenting out there, and I have not paid attention whatsoever to the external, so I apologize for that. And we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, we will not have a Clinton in office, or a, what do they call it? I don't know. A president to elect.
President-elect.
Yeah,
Fuck
president-elect. Yeah, Clinton. Oh my God, that would be fucking crazy. Anyway, later, everybody. See ya. I gotta end this.
Good night.
Night, everybody. Awesome.